I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. This is part 2 coming. Part 2 coming. Part 1 was slamming. Part 2 was slamming, so you know we got to go in with part 2, man. Y'all already know that. Y'all already know that. We got to go in with part 2. Same topic. We're going to open up the panel early. Brother Sanchez said he wants more interaction with the people. So, Brother Sanchez is not running from nothing, man. This brother don't run from nothing, man. You see, every time I try to move on from the violation doctrine, the great doctrine, these brothers try to pull me back in. What do you mean? Quana did a video. He did a video. And he don't know what he's talking about. He really don't know what he's talking about. Before we go in with Sanchez, I'm going to show you this one clip real quick. Real quick, I'm going to show you this clip before Sanchez get back. Where's it at? Where's the clip? Just to show you that they really don't know what they're talking about.
That y'all are his teachers.
Watch.
So let's hope and pray.
Watch. And he takes slide shots. These dudes are liars. That's why I don't believe an Israelite. That's why I don't believe them. They dumb. They stupid. They belong in the first grade. They still in kindergarten.
Brother, answer.
Listen to
So here we go. Listen up. I don't know how loud it's going to be.
Listen to Quana. Let's go. I want to get past that. All right, let's deal with that right there. Let's deal with that. Check it out. He's going to play a clip of Maharakah.
On the screen, but here we go. Now, only reason why I'm playing this because these are not, first of all, these are not my words. I didn't make this video, and these are not my words. Okay, so this is a shout out to Saneter and a shout out to Nepal because y'all said that y'all are his teachers. So let's hope and pray that he don't live up to the hypothetical answer that he gave and who he got it from.
So you see the shot that he got. He's taking a shot at me in Nepal, saying that he got that we can go outside and violate women. See, he's a liar. All of these Israelites are lying bastards. Most of them are lying bastards. How in the hell he gets that from me in Nepal? We never, ain't nobody ever heard us tell our people that we can go out and violate women. How many of y'all heard us say that, y'all? How many? Nobody. See, he's a lying bastard. That's why none of these niggas don't believe in the Most High. But guess what? He think he getting that Maharakah, but Maharakah is right. If he's an Israelite, then that's what he got to do and follow the scriptures. That shows you that these niggas don't believe in God. They really don't. They got you fooled. All right, Sanchez, you ain't back yet, right?
Yeah, I'm
right.
back. I'm back.
Oh, man, let me just play this real quick.
Answer that he gave and who he got it from.
Who he got?
Because sometimes they use the thing and they say guilty by association.
See, now he said they say guilty by association. Because he came on my platform, he's guilty because he's saying me and Nepal is guilty of violating women. You see the slick shit that these niggas do? Because when you beat them in their own Bible, the next thing they got to do is do what? Slander. That's their goal. They got to slander you. Let's see what he's going to play. And I'm going to let Sanchez check it out too.
Here we go.
Watch.
When you say that, does the Most High doesn't condone it, but he condones it and he orchestrates it in times of war. So because I answer your question, why do you don't answer the question? Does the Most High condones rape in times of war? Well, now I think it's what? No, nigga.
Quana said no, nigga. Knowing that he do, we show you the scripture in times of war. How many of y'all seen it? With a show of hands of one. He said, do he condone it in a time of war? And we read it over and over. When you are in war and battle with your enemy, right? But if you see a beautiful woman, you don't have to kill her. You can take her. So we already saw that. And the nigga said no. He said no. He don't even know his own scriptures. Watch. Listen.
The most I could go rape in times of war. When I did what? No, nigga. We married the heathen or not? Huh? Yeah. Nigga, yeah, I'm going to fight and follow the fucking law. If that happens, we going to fucking war. I'm going to follow the law. 21, 10, 14. Nigga.
Now he said, if we are in war with our enemies, I'm going to follow the law. Guess what? I may not agree. I don't agree with him. But according to his Bible, if you are an Israelite, that's what you do. Do y'all agree with me? That's what he's saying. He's not saying he's going out there to grape or to violate women. That's not what the Maharakar said. He said if we go to war, yes, if we go into war, that's what our scripture says. So if you're in war with your enemy, then he's saying, yes, we can see a beautiful woman and take her home with us. See? That's what he's saying. But guess what? I know a lot of y'all saying, oh man, that's crazy. Even the Hebrews are saying, oh man, that's crazy. But guess what? It's in your book. So if it's in your book, guess who you calling crazy? But you just too punctified to come out and say it. And I know Sanchez know what I'm talking about. It says it in the book of Deuteronomy. All you got to do is read it yourself. It says when you are in war with your enemies and you are doing battle, but if you see a beautiful woman, you don't have to kill the beautiful woman. Take her home, lock her down for 30 days, shave her head, pare her nails. And then after 30 days, you got the right to go in onto her. Right or wrong, Sanchez? Thank you, bro. And so now that when you ask the Hebrews that, oh, no, man, that's crazy. We ain't doing that. So you saying that your Lord is crazy. I'm not going to go all the way through that because I got my guest on. He's here. Brother Sanchez is in the building. Let's get it up, my brother. Let's go. Pause. Pause. Right. When you put it up on them and you show it to them, then they don't want to follow it. But you're going to say you believe in the scriptures. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There you go. Right. There. Yeah. Because you really correcting God. You really saying God don't know. God is crazy. What the hell? No, hell no. God crazy. I ain't grabbing no beautiful woman in a time of war. Sanchez, right now to this day, Iraq, Iran, anywhere over there in them Arab countries, what do you think them soldiers are doing? What do you think them soldiers are doing, Brother Sanchez? Thank you, brother. Thank you. They are doing that. Yes, thank you. So they got to stop playing like this don't really go down. But anyway, brother, we got the same title that we did. And his brother Sanchez, part 2. Did life start in Africa with the black man and woman? Let's talk about it. So I'm going to pass the mic to you, my brother, and allow you. Yeah, brother Lie. I see you saying, these were your Muslim brothers, brother Lie.
All right.
Go ahead, brother. Pass
Salute.
the mic, please.
Hey, I'm on my little small channel too, by the way, Saneter. We got a little crowd. And make sure y'all on my side sub up to it's the Cam Up podcast. You got a new
the
joint.
Cam Up podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw the link inside. I'm gonna throw the link.
Yeah,
in.
y'all go. Yeah, check.
I gotta bring you
man.
over there too, Sanchez, so I can interview you one-on-one.
Oh yeah, and by then I have my camera on, man.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah, but this thing you telling the Hebrews about, I be telling these science fanatics, I be like, look, man, time travel is real, cloning is real, and all that. They be like, man, that's stupid, that's pseudo. I be like, hey, you telling your science that. I ain't saying that. Just like them with that Bible. A lot of folks will say the stuff I'm saying pseudo, but I'm actually giving them the cutting edge of technology, and a lot of people think they scientific. They might be, but they ain't up to date with it, though, is what I'll say.
Right.
And
That's
so,
a fact.
But as far as this out of Africa theory go, you got a lot of people that say they can prove this with science. But Saneter, here go the truth. There is no science that can definitively give us any facts or truths about human origins. Anytime we talking about human origins, it's automatically a theoretical debate and almost a religious debate, because when nobody there at the original beginning when humans were created. I wasn't there when God created humans. And if God did create humans and put them in Africa first, I can't prove that. Why? Because I wasn't there. I would just have to believe that, like any other religion. That's why I said this thing is more of a religion. So, you know, hopefully we can get some good callers, some good questions on, man, and not no trolling and just butt hurt people, you know. And to people on my end, we on Saneter channel if y'all want to come and join the call.
Yeah, we on Saneter Studios. We on Saneter Studios. Come on up in here and beat them up, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And as far as the DNA argument goes, right? You cannot trace DNA back to the beginning of time. That's what some people like to believe. The whole thing about proving that everybody come from Africa using DNA, Saneter, is that when they study all of the databases and all that, they say that most people match with African people. So no matter where you at in the world, all these DNA tests and kits, they saying worldwide, out of our history of doing DNA test kits, most of everyone in the world got more matches in Africa than anywhere else. Now they'll take that and say, well, listen, that's proof we from Africa. But here go the truth, Saneter. Most of the blood work databases are located in Africa, meaning like how most of the plasma centers is in the ghetto. Most of the places where they are being vampires and taking people blood like that is in the poor countries, and Africa is number one. So they're basically putting your DNA up against databases where most of the people in the database are from Africa. So of course I'm gonna have more matches in Africa than anywhere else if the people who submitting the most blood to this database are Africans. That part. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, real quick, let me let y'all know. They was on my YouTube today, both channels, Black News 102 and Saneter Studios. They was in the back of my channel. So you already know what they doing. They playing with the buttons. Even Brother La caught me. Brother La thought they took my channel down because he couldn't get on. And when he called me, I said, nah, brother, my channel is good. And so I ran to it and I tried to get on it myself. And I'm like, yo, it keeps saying error, error, error. And I went to Black News because they different channels. They got different emails. So they not connected. And Cam Up is not connected. So I goes to that one and I'm like, God damn, why I'm not getting in my joint? So I waited for a while and then I was able to get into it. So I already knew it. I said, damn, they behind there, they behind the joint, playing with the buttons, and they putting me on that goddamn shadow ban joint. So this is why I remember as soon as I would go live, I would have at least 200 to 300 people in the building already. So now I got to be on for at least an hour in order for my channel to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
You notice it's moving slowly. Now we at 400, you see, and it's going to keep moving slowly and slowly because they got me on the shadow ban and everybody's not getting the link. I remember a brother called me, Sanchez. Did this ever happen to you? A brother called me and said, oh man, Saneter, I just got the link, but you ended the show. And they would send people the link when the damn near show is damn near over. Have that ever happened to you?
If they send it at all sometime, yeah, that happens. That happens. And you know, a lot of these channels that's pulling up on each other, talking about threatening each other and on the gangster shit, they don't have none of these problems, man. Twerking channels.
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? None of them.
The people with the it's only the conscious folks, man, that's thinking outside the box and trying to go against, you know, the status quo and shit, bro.
Sanchez, check this out. Last night, I was doing my research. I typed in, and I want the people to do it too. Y'all see I'm not lying. I typed in the search bar and I said, the Bible, and I'm going to say the word rape doctrine. And I've hit enter. And goddamn it, Sanchez, you got like over 500 goddamn videos with white people doing seminars. They are not saying grape. They are saying the word rape.
Yeah.
And they got thousands of views, bro. They are not being bothered by it. They are using the word. Type it in, brothers and sisters, and y'all see what I'm talking about. Oh, like Sanchez said, only with us, they want to bother us. But them white folks, they using the word. They putting the word in their goddamn titles. And I was like, God damn, why they saying that? And they ain't even, nobody even bothering them. And they got thousands of views, bro.
Mm-hmm. You know that's why black folks originally had ebonics in the first place, because we was being censored. And if you look at what they doing online now, we got to create a whole digital ebonics, grape and doggone little code words, like, you know, and stuff like that, man. Like you said, it's kind of like back in the day, because I ain't gonna lie, man, these white YouTubers, I'm yet to see. Look at Corey Kenshin channel. That was the big black gaming YouTuber. This dude had millions of subs, making millions on this thing. They shut him down. And he was doing everything all the other gamers was doing. So it's true, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
It's true.
You know, they're quick to take our channel down, but like you said, all the ratchet stuff, they leave that up. They don't even bother with them because they said, yeah, we need niggas like them. They gonna keep you niggas dumb. This is why the conscious rappers don't get no play.
None.
But the nigga rappers get all the money. You see what I'm saying? They get all the money because they talking about killing each other, degrading their own women. You know, so we're gonna pay them niggas. Let's keep paying them. But these dudes that's trying to wake them up, nah, let's let them know we don't want that. That's not what the people want. They want the gunner shit.
They
Peace,
don't want,
shout out to brother Wax Dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to Wax Dog. Yeah, they don't want niggas thinking. You know, people got a lot to say about debates about the conscious community and stuff, but when they realize that this shit under attack because where else you gonna go and provoke thought? Because everywhere else is like, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, no matter if you agree with the Hebrews or the Moors or the Kemet, like, I'm a flat earther. But this space needs to be protected that we all in, because we get to fucking debate whatever philosophies we want. You can't do this shit for too long. It's getting censored. It's gonna be more and more. Enjoy it while it's here, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't take it for granted.
And not only that, I'm even getting bored with this. I'm telling you, sometimes, Sanchez, I wake up and I go 2 or 3 days without even going live, man. Cause I'll be like, man, I don't want to go live. What the hell they talking? You know, it's just crazy at this point.
That's sad too. When they take the motivation out of the content creators, you're all in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because I know exactly what he feel. You be like, man, I want to talk about this deep topic today, but I gotta use all these code words, censor myself. They might block my channel. It get tiring. It definitely do, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So let's begin this joint, brother. We left off. I asked you a question before, and I think you almost had me going there. You almost had me. I asked you, all life come from the black man. And you said you don't believe that, you don't follow that. You believe that we were created in different spots. I'll let you tell it. I don't want to misquote you or nothing like that.
So I believe all of life was created at the same place at the same time by the same source. And if you ask me what place, where's that place where it was created, I would tell them the earth. I wouldn't point to no particular part of the earth. The reason that the religious scholars and people in the past wanted to point us to particular places for human origins, that's called panning. Like a pan knob on a radio. If it's pointed straight up, it ain't left or right. You getting balanced sound out of both speakers. But this whole pan Africanism is basically saying that we originated in this one geographic location versus before that, we all had an idea of life beginning on the earth in all locations. And it didn't have to spread itself. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of science and proof to what I'm saying. You know, being the fact that what I said on the last show, Saneter, is over 40,000 plants in the Amazon that you can't find nowhere else. You can't find them in Africa neither. That right there is really the dagger. When I go around every continent and show you unique life there that's always been there and ain't never went to Africa, and that life that's there ain't come from Africa. That's what started debunking it. But then people will say this, Saneter, they'll say, well, brother Sanchez, that's plants. We talking about humans. You know what I'm saying? And when they say that, you know what I say? Just kind of now we can put our mind frame into the mind of the creator for a minute. Why, right? If I make humans in Africa, I'm going to make plants, fruit, water, because if I'm a creator and I create the first humans in Africa, they got to eat. They got to have food and all that around them, so I'm going to put food around them humans. Now, if I don't create humans in these other places in the other continents, why then would I have fruit growing there and vegetables, and it's thriving with all kind of other life that need humans to be there for it to sustain itself, because we play a role in the ecosystem. So why would the creator put an ecosystem that needs humanity in it for it to thrive, and put that ecosystem in all these other continents lacking the key part, which is humans, but only put it in Africa, only complete this ecosystem in Africa in antiquity? That makes no sense. That's to say that the only complete continent in antiquity was Africa, and every other continent was a work in progress waiting for the creator to be continued to go over there and see life after the fact. Don't make no sense. And the fact
I'm interested in seeing what Rob Bourne got to say. Rob, see, when you got real conversations like this, Rob Bourne ain't gonna touch this because Rob Bourne still got pseudo in him. So I would like to see if Rob Bourne agrees with this statement that you are saying all people don't come out of Africa, all people don't come from the black man.
We're earthlings.
Rob Bourne is God body. He's 5%. So I'm interested in seeing what his science is on this.
Yeah, and that under that theory, it says that everyone in the world is an African. But when you go to Africa and talk to those oldest tribes, they'll tell you you're not an African. All right, and then when we say that all of life originate from Africa, when you go to Africa and talk to like the Dogon tribe, the Pygmy, they don't even have an out of Africa theory. How do we have an out of Africa theory and we said we come from them, but when you go talk to them, they say, we didn't even come from Africa. And we dealing with the oldest tribes. The Dogon, the Pygmy, when you go to asking them where their ancestors originate from, y'all will start calling them pseudo, because they go to pointing up in the stars. They go to naming lands we never heard of. Well, yeah, when you talk to the Pygmy, to the Dogon, man, they got these Western anthropologists in shock, because they go to telling them about galaxies and planets that they shouldn't even know about. They don't even got the equipment we got. So they say, look, our ancestors is from that star right there. Hey, my ancestors from this constellation. When you go to asking these old tribes where they originate from, they don't even point to the earth, man. And we talking about we from Africa.
Yeah. You know, Rob Bourne teach, I don't know if he still teach it, but he teach that the white man was grafted in the cave by a big-headed scientist, brother. You know, I don't know if he's still on that level or if he graduated, because, you know, he got a little pseudo in him, man.
Well, you know, I understand that what we was teaching about the white man being a grafted man was our response to him telling us that we weren't human. You know, when the white man told us we was only 3/5 of a human, we said, well, bitch, you's a caveman, and nigga, you're grafted. You know, but either side, both sides are speaking out of emotions and ego and not no real science, right? It's just out of racism. You know what I'm saying?
He said that the white man was grafted. What do we say about the pig? What do Ramon teach on the pig, that he was grafted of half cat, rat, and dog or something like that?
They teach all that the white man is a blend of all these different animals. See, all of this stuff, and the white man, what did he teach about us, sir? He said we're a blend of monkey and some other stuff. So you got, and why ain't no other races doing this? Because black folks and white folks hate each other, and this our way of talking shit, basically, scientifically. But it ain't got nothing to back it up but our prejudiceness. If we really want to go into the origin of white man, black man, all that, we got to push our prejudices aside, but we don't want to do that. Therefore, we don't mature about the subject matter. We just
So you're saying no to this on the screen?
I'm saying that if I can meet the white folks that came up with this concept, it'll be on and popping, because that shit's so racist, bro.
I agree with you. I don't think this is what Unc and them teach. They just teach the same common ancestor. Because, like you said, and I got this from you, then how come they are not changing today? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if we came from them, then how come they are not changing today?
Facts. That's the myth.
So
and guess what?
It makes sense that we all do have a common ancestor. I seen the video where there was a monkey babysitting a baby, bro. And that was on TikTok. And I'm looking at them like, wow, these animals are smart. These monkeys, the baby was crying. The monkey got down off the bed, went in the kitchen, and grabbed the hand of the mother and pulled her back in the room for the baby, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell me we ain't got no common ancestor, Sanchez.
Now, but watch this. Watch this, though. Let me ask you this, though. So what about the people that have dog assistants and the dog know how to open the door? It can help with the baby just like the monkey.
That's true.
And so we must comfort dogs too then. You see what I'm saying?
No, we have a common ancestor.
Okay, so
And,
my
we
thing,
got Neftali in the building. Neftali said they do teach that. I don't think that Unc and them teach that, bro.
instead of a common ancestor, I think we got a common understanding and respect for life itself, no matter if it's a flower, a human, a butterfly. I think that the compassion that the animal showing a human baby is no different than a human baby looking at a baby dog, a little cute puppy, a little beautiful goat, and showing them that same compassion as a mother, as a father, seeing a baby goat struggling on the road. I'm gonna take it in, right? I think animals have the ability to have that same compassion toward humans.
Okay. Do anybody want to join in? Brother Sanchez said that he would like a more interaction with the audience this time because y'all didn't have that much time on part one.
I got something for you, though, Saneter.
Let's get it.
And you're gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna do it to you.
Oh shit! Here we go. Go ahead.
I got something for you to review. I'm sharing my screen now. I'm finna let you hear out of the African's mouth how they feel about black people, and you tell me what you think. I ain't doing them but showing a clip. Don't get mad at me, y'all.
We don't want them here.
What? They're your brothers.
They're not our
and
brothers.
sisters.
They're not
We
our
can't hear
brothers.
it. We can't hear it, Sanchez.
You are.
How do I share my audio with you?
You got to probably click audio at the same time. When you're sharing, go out.
Okay.
And when you get ready to share, it should be an audio button down there.
All right. This gonna blow you the fuck away right here, yo. Okay, yeah, I see the share tab, audio. Boom, there we go. Now, check this out. Listen to this. Tell me what you think.
We don't want them here.
What? They're your brothers.
They're not our
and
brothers.
sisters.
They're not our brothers.
They are.
If you are born in America and have lived there for 300 years, you're no longer African. Those are Americans. We don't need them.
We don't need
They
them
were
to develop.
taken away, unfortunately, but they are Americans. We will develop by ourselves. Yeah, we have the capacity, we have the will. We have the resolve. We don't need them. No.
I totally agree with you. Thank you so much, sir.
And she said, I totally agree. Now watch this.
Thank you so much.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. I saw that before.
So, and it's not, and my thing is, so even if the out of Africa theory is real, right? He's saying, well, you've been gone too long. You no longer African no more.
Check this out, though. Check this out, though, Sanchez. I know my hating scumbags. They watching. They watch me all the time. I call them my hating scumbags. They are watching. So let me give them something to highlight Brother Saneter with. In a sense, he's right. We've been here for 300 something years, brother. He is right, because we have been stripped of our language, stripped of our culture, stripped of our names, stripped of every goddamn thing. We've been stripped of. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay,
let me
I'm
finish.
sorry.
We've been stripped of all of that. My brother, one of my teachers, Professor Larry, he always teach that we are our own people now. Yes, we still have our African blood that connects us into the land, but we are our own people now, where we have a total different culture. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're not Africans, but I'm saying, in a sense, he is right. We've been here for 300 years. We have our own culture. We have our own, not our own language, but goddamn, we lost the mother tongue. You know, what do you say to that, Sanchez?
I say he should try to be giving it back. Saneter, listen to this. If we are Africans that were taken from our motherland and lost everything you said, then instead of us American who are lost Africans over here, I'm going to say hypothetically, we lost Africans, right? Instead of us having so much passion toward Africa and trying to get back to our motherland, that's one thing, but it should be mutual. The Africans should be trying to come back and find their lost loved ones that was taken, not just us trying to get back. So if the Africans feel like this, when you teaching an American over here that he don't know who he is, he got to go to Africa to find himself. But when he get to Africa, this is the kind of attitude he's gonna find. He's gonna get off of that plane, and those Africans ain't gonna be saying, let me connect you with your tribe, my lost brother. They gonna be saying, you American tourist, can I sell you something?
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
You go, Sanchez. You on it. Hey, look at what Rabon say. What do you say to this? The world is African descent.
Cause he said so.
Rabon, hit the link. Stop being scared, bro.
And like I said, there's no way we can prove human origins, because none of us humans was there in the beginning. But it's a good debate, and I like the debate that I have the better belief. But see
Shout out to my man, Shut Up and React TV. Peace to you, brother. I ain't see you in a minute. Shout out to you. Go ahead, Sanchez.
Yeah, see, I'm an honest man enough to say that when we talking about the first humans and human origins, that I'm giving you my belief. That's called honesty. I wasn't there. I'm actually saying which man got the best belief, because neither one of us can say out of ego, I'm factually truth that this were the first humans, this what happened. Were you there? Like, I'm just starting off with the honesty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what do you think? Brother Jabari and Dr. Ali Muhammad had a debate last month, and their topic was, what was their topic? Y'all remember? Let me click on the flyer. Here go. This was their topic. Are Black people Aboriginal Americans or Africans? Did we come from Africa, or were we always here? What do you say to that, Sanchez? Now they're not saying that the slave trade didn't exist.
Yeah.
But what they are saying is, what Ali is saying is that we were here before the slave ships got here. We were here already.
Yes.
What do you say to that?
That brother Ali spot on. One thing, and what's crazy, Jabari and all the Pan-Africans even agree with that if they really think about it, Saneter, because even in the Pan-African theory, they will tell you that it was Africans who brought civilization and seeded it around the world long before the white man existed. So if that's what they saying, they basically saying that yes, we was on these lands already. Even in the Pan-African theory, you can say, well, the people that was there, they came there from Africa a long time ago. But according to the video we just played with the African, that still would make them indigenous there, because according to the theory, wasn't no other human life there until those Africans got there and gave it human life. Then the white man showed up and said, hey, look at these Africans in America. That's the theory, right? So, I mean, they saying the same thing. If you ask.
All right, brother Cosmic Chris, you want to add on, brother? You got a question?
Yeah, sure. Peace to the panel. Everybody
Cam Up, Chris. Hey, Chris, make sure you subscribe to Cam Up Podcast. It's right there. The link.
Oh, I already did for sure.
All right, my man.
Definitely did. Now I just want to, because I'm pretty sure Brother Sanchez don't think we came out of Africa, and I don't really agree with him on a lot, but I agree with him on that. So he could talk about this, I guess. I want to know, because they talking about Pan-African, but what about Pangea?
I knew
right?
you would go there.
Now, if you was to look up a map about Pangea, any map, a quick Google search will show you that North America was lined right up with Africa. So if everyone came out of Africa, how could that even be true if at one point in time America was even a part of Africa? So it wouldn't even be considered Africa. What would it have been called then? And wouldn't that actually be the origin of civilization and or of people? And not only that, the brother you had on your channel a couple days ago, I think his name was Real Rap. He did a beautiful job, and he brought the wonderful knowledge of prokaryotic cells. If people really research prokaryotic cells and how that works and how that comes from the sun and stardust and the rotation of the planet, which it's always been doing, it's always been rotating from the beginning of time. So even when these prokaryotic cells been falling to the planet, it was rotating. That means that these prokaryotic cells were being dispersed all over the planet, anywhere that it was hitting, and people were growing everywhere.
Okay, so
yeah, if you can touch on that, Brother Sanchez, or anybody, it's open.
Yeah,
it's an open discussion.
I'm gonna briefly touch on Pangea. I'm not gonna touch on it for too long, but because it'll lead me into flat Earth, and I don't want to do that. That have to be its own show. But here's what I'm gonna tell you: you can't have Pangea without a pan. The concept of Pangea is dealing with life expanding from a central point, like in a petri dish or a pan. Life is a germ. And just like if I drop the serum of life into the middle of this petri dish, it will expand from the center and start to occupy all. This would be your whole Pangea theory in my way. And because Earth is a cell, and what this fungus would eventually look like is one of these right here. Earth is a cell cut in half. And what these tentacles would all of these lines you see, those are the magnetic ley lines coming from the center. I teach that life originated in the center of the Earth, where the compass is point, where it's the most electromagnetic energy. That's saying that there's a onpour of cosmic forces basically coming into our reality from 0 degrees. And that's why our compasses are pointing us basically to the source of it all. But I'm not gonna go too deep with this, because this is like a very intense presentation I've already done, and it take a lot of time when I get into Pangea and breaking that down as far as with the ancestral cosmology. But that's just to show you
the video, thumb up the video.
But that was just to give you a little idea of my take on Pangea. So,
all right, beautiful. Rob Bond, I see you in the building, man. You want to clean this thing up, brother? Are you still flying pseudo ships? Still flying pseudo ships, brother? What's going on, man? I don't know. What do you think about what do you think about what Sanchez is saying? Sanchez is saying all life didn't come up out of Africa, didn't start in Africa, brother. Let's start there, brother. What do you think about this?
Well, the only way to prove that is with science.
Let's go. Pull up.
Was science there in the beginning?
Yes. because when you're looking at humans, what is the definition of science? There's people studying life, right? And when you look at everything from, let's say, the Bombal's cave, right, 70,000 years ago, you can see the beginning of concept thought because of what they're actually putting on those walls. You don't see that nowhere else, anywhere. So then you get to see that. You get to see the tools. And then you get to see what later comes at civilization, right? But with that being said, right, you said something about this Pan-African theory. That Pan-African theory teaches that African is the spread civilization anywhere. What is your definition of Pan-African? Because I'm confused on why you put a Pan-African theory and Pan-Africanism has a definition. Can you tell us what that definition is?
You're asking me a question, ain't you, Rob?
Yes, sir. What's the
Okay.
definition of Pan-African?
In the context that we're using it, we're talking about how life originated from Africa. But Pan-Africanism is a political ideology. I'm very aware of that. That Pan-Africanism is beyond us debating about where humans come from. I understand it's about resources. It's about the colonization of the continent over there, and more than just these philosophical debates, if that's where you're going with it. But this is a part of it, though.
Okay, so I'm glad that you said this is your version of what this Pan-African theory is.
No, I didn't give my I didn't give a definition. I just gave you a rundown.
Right.
From
so
the context of me being here. Because my show ain't about what is Pan-African. It's about, are humans Africans? Did we originate from Africa? I don't really see. I really can be blind to the political ideologies of Pan-Africanism. I'm just here today to talk about human origins with people who think that life started in Africa. I'm not really here to have a political side of it.
So when I'm listening to you, you said Pan-African theory. What you said does not fit that definition. So when we talking about in America who we are, the narrative in what you saying, no black, I don't care about a white person. Let's remove white people out of this whole conversation. All black people who've been over here since we've been writing from the 1600s tell you our story and where we came from. Thus, the definition of Pan-African means that wherever we have a shared history with said continent, because they acknowledge that they came, their origins, our origins in here in America came from Central and West Africa, and that we must unite.
Who acknowledged?
Because of that,
who acknowledged?
The creators and the whole entire
the creators, community. The creators.
So, yes, because now let me explain.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm going to talk to you about it right now. Let me finish the definition of Pan-Africanism. It says that we have a shared history. Hold on, a shared history and a destiny, and based off of that shared history, we unite wherever we are and fight against oppression. Celebrate Africanism.
I'm with all that. We're just talking about human origins.
So you're using a word out of term, and you're using a term that doesn't fit your philosophy. That's why I said
yo, Rob Bond.
I can't finish talking.
Listen, I just said.
Mute my mic, and you're gonna cut me off. Okay.
No, it's my show, so I'm gonna go back and forth with you for understanding. You kind of doing a lot of talking, but watch this, right?
You was doing a lot of talking. I can't talk,
it's my show.
Finish my thought. Am I allowed to finish my thought? If not, I'm leave, brother.
Okay, then leave, brother. You're doing too much too soon. Get him out of here. Fine.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna cater to
another pseudo dies.
Cool, brother.
But bye. Have a nice day.
All right,
good luck,
brother.
Saneter, with this wild
I love you, man. I love you, brother. Love you, bro. I just wanted to have a good, respectful bill with the brother. He's on defense. He just too jittery, too uppity. I don't want to deal with that. You coming in hot, brother. And he said a bunch of nothing. And I was just gonna tell him, brother, I was with you. That's why I unmuted I said earlier, I said, listen, I understand Pan-Africanism is about brothers basically coming together, the resources, the continent over there being colonized, right? I understand the need for our people to unite worldwide. And I know that that's a good part of Pan-Africanism. So I said that. So why did he still try to act like I'm not with that? That's why I'm trying to make it clear, because I know where Robon stand at. I know what the plight is. And I'm telling him, brother, I'm just here today to talk about human origins. I'm agreeing with you about brothers uniting across the diaspora. I ain't against that part of Pan-Africanism, and I would like y'all to separate that from the bill. Because we all
muted,
agree on it.
sir. You muted.
Right, let me bring on Suntan, and then I'm gonna bring on Shatter.
Why would I be
How y'all
against
doing? Peace to the panel. Peace, brother Sanchez.
Peace, brother.
peace, my brother?
Hey, brother Sanchez, I just want to ask you a question. You know, it's a little off topic, but we get right back on it. If you had the chance to go to NASA, right, and they strapped you up, would you get into a one of these ships that that supposedly going to the moon? Would you get into one of those?
If that, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm
If,
not trying to be
I got you.
slick.
I got you. If that really happened, I would be scared, right? I don't really trust a lot of these people, but I would probably hop to do it and risk my life to do it just for on some history shit, on because it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I said that to say this, Sanchez. Then that way you could circumvent the globe, and if you could see what you be teaching, like, see, you teach your flat earth from just earth, from the earth. I look, I'm no attacks, nothing. I'm just trying to just make something simple. If you was able to get on the ship and go and see that it was round, then you would be okay with it, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that the earth is round because you got on a ship and went far enough away for it to see that it was round? Or do you believe a group of people that said that they got on a ship and went far enough to see that it was round?
Well, just like, the studies and all, everything I know today, I'm going to have to believe it. A lot of
that's fine. That's fine. I'm not, like you told me, I'm not trying to, so my thing is this, and you know what?
I believe that they went up in space.
Cool.
Stuff
Now watch this, right? Some Christians believe that Jesus went up into heaven, and I think y'all all in the same boat. We talking about white men wearing all white going up into the heavens. We didn't go, but we at the mercy of them to believe them. And that when they come back to the, and listen, and when Jesus come back to the earth and when NASA come back to the earth, they both do the same thing. They proclaim to have a deeper understanding of the heavens than you, because they went to see, they've been up there to the throne and it's all a religion because it's based on belief. And I'm glad that you're man enough to say, yeah, I believe the people that went, just like, you know what I'm saying? People believe in Jesus because he went to heaven. And
it's
so
we're
not gonna make it a flat earth debate though. But
no, it's nothing to do. I was finna switch back to the origins. I don't believe Jesus walked on the water and fed people with a lot of fish. You see what I'm saying? I'm simple, man. I
was just making a comparison, showing you that your approach to believing NASA is no different than a Christian's approach to believing Christ.
Okay, well, see, we can, I don't want to, and then here's my other thing. So the appropriation of the earth, right? If it didn't come out of Africa, you believe that from each position of the earth and each land of the earth, Africa, all over to Europe, everywhere, everyone had their own personal evolutionary state of life. And that's how life began.
I don't have a concept of evolution at all. See, let me explain. I got you. I'm answering.
Okay.
Let me rock with you. And good question, by the way, Suntan. I'm enjoying the bill with you, bro. And the thing is, evolution is scientists' excuse for how diversity came onto the earth if everything started from one race. So let's just say, okay, everything started from a white man and white woman, or a black man and black woman. The question will arise, how did all the other humans and cultures and diversity get here? Then they use evolution to explain how that happened over time. The reason I don't need evolution is because right at my point of origin, I'm teaching that when the Creator created life,
Okay.
it created all diversity at the jump. It didn't need nothing to evolve to get diversity or for diversity to come later. I'm saying that just by the law of probability and infinity, that when the Creator create a flower, it creates that flower in an infinite amount of variations. It creates so many different types of trees that we still discovering some. It don't just create one mushroom. It creates over 4 million different types of fungus types because it's gonna create one thing and make a many variations of that thing and cancel out all the probabilities of how that thing can manifest. And it did the same thing with humans, and all that took place in the beginning of creation because you cannot have ecosystems if they're not diverse. The most thriving ecosystems on the earth are the most diverse ones. So diversity is something that you need in the environment itself for life to sustain itself. So you feel me?
Yeah, I want. Okay, so what is the thing that created all these different adversity? They created themselves.
And so now now watch this. That's the question I ask when I say, well, what started the Big Bang? And everybody want to play dumb. Nobody want to admit that there's a divine intelligence and that there's a creator.
Okay, so that's what you're saying.
And I'm not calling it Jesus. I'm not getting into spookism and beliefs. I'm just saying there's something higher than us.
Well, Brother Sanchez, it couldn't have been it couldn't not have been a Big Bang because we know now that there's no sound in space. So it couldn't have been a Big Bang, brother.
Well, you got to tell that to NASA because they got advanced equipment saying that they can hear
I'll tell you what I would ask NASA.
Hold on. They saying that they can hear the winds of Jupiter. They can hear this stuff in space. They saying it.
Ain't no sound in space, brother. But I tell you what, I'll ask NASA, have you ever seen God sitting on the throne? Being that y'all went up out there, have you ever seen God sitting on the throne anywhere?
If they got some technology to reach the throne of God, then they some good ones.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a throne up there in the space. I don't look at God as this.
Right. No, that's a joke, man. That's just a joke.
Yeah, I knew that's a joke.
But yeah, I get the joke though, and I'm just saying it's a joke. But on some real stuff though, I do believe that what they have found out when they go up there is that we can't leave the earth. And that's because whatever this God is or this creator is, it's got us confined inside of this like a terrarium, like a snow globe.
You mean we can't leave and go live nowhere else, right?
We can't make it through the Van Allen belts. And these Van Allen belts is what the Egyptians call the netters.
Okay. Hey, let me bring on the sister. Let me bring on Shadow, see what she got.
Okay.
The ancestors know how to get through them. We can't, because we don't have.
It was nice just talking to you, bro.
Salute
I want to hear your perspective.
Yeah, don't go nowhere, brother. Let me bring on Shadow the Glass. Go ahead, sir. You got it.
Hey, peace and love, family. How everybody doing?
Good.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. All right, Sanchez, I ain't trying to beat you up, but
oh,
because I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever been to Africa before? Any part?
It's on my bucket list. I'm gonna go, and when I go, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna film, and I'm gonna have me a good time too.
It's okay. It was okay to just say no.
Because I'm not anti-African. I got a lot of African people that join my call, that rock with me, kick it with me from all over. I'm just saying that I don't think all of humans and life originated in Africa. That's all I was saying. I'm all for the unity of Africa.
I'm gonna ask you this, right? Because I swear I believe like there's this new era of time that we're in where everyone now is questioning African ancestry that I haven't seen before.
Well,
and wait, I'm gonna get there.
I'm sorry.
And so I'm saying you haven't been. Have you ever had a negative encounter with an African person before?
Well, I was really here to debate about where humans started from. I know that Africans are some lovely people. Like I said, I haven't had I have had negative encounters with Africans before, but I had more good encounters with them. Let's just see.
Okay, that's fair. And now my last question, well, not last question, but would there be a problem if humanity really did start in Africa?
Not at all.
I was gonna say, is there an issue with that? Because I want to ask it to everybody
let me
who's
answer you.
challenging it.
Let me answer you. I do have an issue with it. If Saneter share my screen real quick. This the issue I have with it, that all of the people that tell me life started in Africa and that we're all Africans, when I ask them to prove it, they go to this. And my only issue with it is if the price for me being first mean I got to be a monkey, especially when nobody was around to see who the first humans was. Like I said, it's just a belief because nobody was there when humans was created. It's a theory. And if this theory has racial undertones, then I tell my people, listen, y'all smart enough to make y'all own theories. He ain't the only one that can theorize. It ain't a fact anyway. And after all, it's a theory that strokes your ego and puts you first, but it calls you a monkey. On the last show, I went into the eugenics agenda behind this. This is why how these eugenics come up with their racist ideologies. I went into that on the last show. I can go back over that if y'all need me to. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ponder your thought with this. What if the bones and structure is correct, but the image is wrong?
Okay, then I'll say we're what ifing now, and that ain't the scientific method. That's what ifing and what if or not, Ripley's believe it or not, kind of. And that's why I'll say that's okay if the out of Africa theory is a person's belief, but just like I tell the Christians, don't enforce your belief on other people. It's not a fact.
That's fair enough. But if we are looking at scientists and anthropologists and people that are on the ground and they're doing carbon testing and different types of tests,
and guess what they're saying?
Well as genetics.
Okay, wait a minute. And guess what? I'm glad you brought that out. If you're going to let them tell you who you are today, just be careful when tomorrow they said we was wrong about that, because those same scientists that said blacks were first and was from Africa, they're now coming out right now saying they was wrong and that life come from Asia. And I can't make this up. I'm about to do a whole show on this. See, we pick and choose what we want to take from them. Scientists, right, during the carbon dating, they said they just found bones in Asia that's older than all the bones they found in doggone Africa, and now life is now they saying come from Asia on this article right here. And I got several more where scientists are saying we was wrong about the out of Africa theory. Now, guess what? Here's what I'm gonna land my plane with right here. A lot of people that built communities based on this theory, they not gonna dismantle them theories. They're not gonna go along with science because they say science is always changing. We always finding out new stuff. We can be wrong tomorrow. But when science say we was wrong about this out of Africa theory, you think they're gonna stop wearing them dashikis? You think they're gonna they're gonna change all of this stuff that they've been teaching? No, they're not. Their pride ain't gonna their pride gonna say, well, no, they wrong. Well, they could have been, they told you they was wrong about your theory and that they gave you, and now they coming with other theories that's gonna change that one. Like you said, science always changing, and that's why black people identity is always changing, because we go with who they tell us we are versus connecting back with who we really are. Every time they say we somebody different, we change.
Are you against the genealogy test?
I don't deal with like all of this genealogy and blood tests and all that stuff. None of this stuff can tell us what happened in the beginning of the earth. That's what I'm saying. When they say we can trace your blood back here, can they trace it back to day one when humans were created? No, they can't. What we got to realize is there's limitations in science. And one of those limitations is when it comes to human origins and the origins of everything, can't nobody say what I'm saying is a fact. That's why it's called a theory. And theories are subject to change. That's why it's a tragedy that my people built the whole identity based upon this theory, because I know they ain't gonna change. They gonna.
What about the size of Africa?
Keep going. What about it?
Like, does that have some type of, you know what I mean? Just being that, you know, we they tell us, you know, in the school system, They show you on the globe that Africa is a certain size, but we starting to hear now that Africa is a lot bigger.
Okay.
So I'm like, does that have something to do with, you know, civilization starting from Africa, being that it's such a large continent? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well, I don't think the size of the land will make a people more civilized or less civilized. That's gonna be the size of their consciousness and their mind. You can be on a small island, and if you can expand your mind to a higher state, you'll have a civilized society of people that know how to treat one another. They ain't barbaric like the other people were, right? So, but I don't think that's dictated by the size of your land. I think that's determined by the size of your heart, how civilized and how right, you know, well behaved the people are.
It just seems like it's just so much untampered, you know, information, being that Africa is so larger. You know what I'm saying?
I was even going to say, with the amount of biodiversity that is there, you brought up, I heard you say ecosystems while I was muted. And thinking of that, do you not believe that we could have had biodiversity among us within that continent?
Yeah, and see again, I like this because you asking me about my beliefs, and that's what I like, that we're acknowledging the fact that we're having a conversation based upon each other's beliefs, and none of this is factual. And based on that, you want to know what I believe or don't believe. What I'll say is my beliefs ain't facts, so it really wouldn't. It ain't really a debate. It's just my beliefs and your beliefs, and people can see, you know, which belief they think is
Right.
more suitable. But what
Okay,
I
so
say
that's
this,
true. But let me interject real quick, and I'm only going to say this because with the acknowledging of beliefs, right, and also acknowledging that science changes, there were also studies done from Chinese people who were geneticists and so forth, who came up and realized that they had ancestry in Africa,
I,
and
I,
so
I talked about that on my channel, and that goes back to the eugenics agenda. Let me explain something to you real quick, because I don't think you saw the last stream. I'm gonna
I
run you.
didn't.
I'm gonna run you down on this thing real quick. It's a game called Last One Rotten Egg, but in this case, it's First One Rotten Egg. What science is basically teaching is that the youngest life forms on Earth are the most advanced. So if we say that white people are the newest humans, new in science mean more high tech. Like I got the new iPhone, right? Hold up, we got a lot of like somebody banging in, but
No,
like
that's
I
my
was,
son.
oh my bad,
Hold on, I'm gonna
but
go on mute. He won, so hold on.
salutes to the young man, salutes to the young king. That's all right, man. Hey, so but you know, just to wrap this little spiel up, what's going on a scientific racist level is that nobody want to be first, because in a nutshell, what they're saying is that if your people were first, you got primitive blood. The blood and the DNA that you got, it didn't have time to evolve to get civilized. And the eugenics try to use that to say there's nothing you can do to help black people. It's in their DNA. They trying to say that our behavior is embedded in our DNA makeup, and they trying to get rid of the less desirable genetics on the earth. But the thing is, if you look, our behavior is a result of their social engineering and how they indoctrinate us from the time we young to hate each other and all that stuff. But instead of them admitting that, they trying to say we inheriting our behavior genetically. This is the eugenics ideology, not mine. But they basing this kind of racist ideology off of the out of Africa theory, and by the people that's saying, look, this was our ancestors. Our blood is more monkey-like. So back in the day, they'll call you a monkey. Like I said, we don't like being called monkeys. We should like it, though, if we're saying we from Africa. We can't say that, well, bones prove that we're from Africa, but we ain't no monkeys, though. The people that found them bones, they said that those bones got a monkey face. You just can't edit the evidence, not in a court of law. We got to take the evidence as is or reject it like I did. So my thing is this right here. You can't take, so like Unc, right? As much as people like to laugh at Unc, and I disagree with Unc, What I will say about Unc is he keep it real, because he'll tell you, yes, you come from a monkey. But when we try to change that, that's when we try. You can't do that.
I never heard Unc say that though,
I was
Sanchez.
going to say, Unc has never said we
I've
came
heard
from
him.
monkeys.
He said,
What he
well,
said
listen, let me tell you what he
is that
said.
we
Let me
had
tell you what he
common
said. Let me
ancestors.
tell you, I'm
said?
gonna quote him now. He
believe in
say that
evolution?
he say that we have a common ancestor
Yeah.
from the
That's what I just
chimpanzee.
said.
That's what he
Totally
said.
But
different,
common
though.
Now
ancestor
guess
doesn't mean
what?
that's who we are, Sanchez.
Hold on. My comment, think about this. My ancestors are my
It'll
mama.
probably be best for you to retract what you just said, brother.
Hold on a second, Brother Law. My comment, think about who your ancestors are. Your mothers, your fathers, your forefathers, going all the way back. Now, if we trace our ancestors all the way back to the first humans, they saying every human on earth share this same common ancestor, and this is who they give us. Now, if they saying that without this Australopithecus afarensis, humans wouldn't exist. Just like without my mama and daddy, I wouldn't exist. So to say that I'm not my mama and daddy, to say that I'm not that which I originate from is bananas, just because you don't want to accept the monkey part. Case closed.
All right.
No, Casey,
Hey, let me get my
not
question in
closed.
real quick.
Hold
So
on, everybody. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. Hold on for a minute.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here talking back and you didn't even hear me. But case wasn't closed, Sanchez, because you had that wrong.
Sanchez, I need you to look at this right here.
It's not showing, because whatever you showing is
No,
green.
no, it's just a paper. It's just a paper.
Okay, I got you.
I'm showing you the whole, the ancestor. It splits off. One go that way,
I'm with that.
one go that way. Common ancestor. This is what he's talking. When you put it back, is the whole, but it all come from the same common. So it splits off and go that way, and then it continue to split off.
There you go.
And one becomes a monkey, one become animals, one become fish on this side. Now you got this side over here turning into humans and being this, but it all, when you put it all back, it all comes from the ancestor. This is what he's saying.
So why it don't still happen though like that?
So-
why it don't still happen like
It
that?
already
though,
happened. What are you talking
You
about?
said it doesn't still happen. No, we can't do that. You can't.
You don't
twist
see the
game.
original come back. You only see things.
You can't do that.
Let me bring in
1 second, Saneter. Also, you said fish and different things, but what they're saying with the common ancestor when it comes to the primates is that there's a primate common ancestor, and humans, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans are all from that line. So
Right,
it would
that's
be
correct.
talking about a different common ancestor
Yeah,
that
you are
broke
correct.
out and became all
You're
these
correct.
different
You're
living
correct,
beings.
Dulcinea. Yeah.
So he's just saying that he's saying we're coming from primates. So that has to, you either believe we're a primate or you believe we're not a primate. It can't be both. So I think what Sanchez is saying is that he doesn't believe that we're primates, which is what I always say as well. There was a funny clip from our show too, where someone was trying to explain common ancestry, and they were saying how him and his cousin looks different. So we're like, are you and your cousins a totally different species just because y'all look different? Because people think that we don't understand what common ancestor means. We understand what it means. We're just saying we don't believe that we're primates.
Okay.
Hey, salutes to Sister Dulcinea. Saneter, I want to do something with this source.
Can I add for a few minutes? Listen,
let me state my source.
Let him go
Reggie,
in first, Reggie. You can go right behind him, brother.
And salutes to Reggie. I'm gonna make this quick so Reggie can go. People say, where your sources? Where your sources? Don't y'all say source up all the time?
That's right.
Now
Source
watch
up,
this.
Yeah.
Not only did I bring a source, it's from Harvard University. Why didn't nobody else bring this source before me? Guess what this say? Oldest human fossil found outside of Africa throws popular theory into doubt. Why ain't nobody gonna deal with that? So I keep saying scientists now going back saying the out of Africa theory ain't right at this very moment. And I don't even make my conclusions based on science. I'm giving this source to people that like sources and Harvard and all that. I'm saying I can play it your way too and have them say what I'm saying too. We can do it that way too. Salutes to Brother Reggie.
All right, peace, Brother Sanchez. You know, science is one of those things is that you can't you really can't cherry pick. Okay, so you can't use scientific words, right, and then deny. So you can't. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I don't.
So
I don't.
so you can't use scientific words, right, and then deny unless you're willing to dispute, right, on paper with citations, the subject of the science. So you may not believe in evolution. I understand. You may not believe in common ancestors. I understand. That is simply your belief. But to challenge what's in front of us, you need the information. Now, you can't go and dig in other people's information that says that evolution happens, right? Like you just dug into this whole thing of this Chinese ancestor that changes our thinking,
I
because
didn't
in
say
that
that.
article they are talking about evolution. So you can't go into a evolution argument and then deny evolution because you are misreading. I know you don't understand what I'm saying, and it's all right, Brother Sanchez.
I didn't
But
say
we can't
nothing.
live
I'm
in
letting
a
you talk.
world
I didn't say
we
nothing.
we can't live in a world where we deny everything. We can't live in a world where we actually deny. So we are turning into a group of deniers. Though we are using high tech equipment, the highest tech equipment on the face of the earth right now, which is called streaming, where we have multiple groups of people watching simultaneously on video and audio, going through computer code, right? And we want to then deny the building blocks that allow us to do that. So our common ancestor is, for all the science points to, is Homo heidelbergensis, right? Homo heidelbergensis in Africa is called Homo rhodesia, and in Europe it is called it's called just Homo heidelbergensis. Homo heidelbergensis in Europe begets the Neanderthal, Homo neanderthalis, right? It begets the Denisovan, and it begets the Homo florensis, which we call the Hobbit. Those are human species, right? But they are dissimilar. They can mate with each other. They're just in different areas. And in Africa, uh, the children of Homo heidelbergensis continue to mate with other species that were born in Africa until we get Homo sapien. So let's just start there. Let's just leave the great ape stuff out. Let's just start in one particular period about roughly 400,000 years ago, right? So we don't have to bring in all of the things that trouble people because of their religious belief. And now we can look at the anthropology, right? We can look at the fossil finds. We can find that there are no earlier fossils of Homo sapiens sapien outside of Africa than what's in Africa and Morocco and Ethiopia. We just can't find it. What we can find is Homo neanderthal, Homo florensis. We can find those groups. So we can just start there instead of just denying. Brother Sanchez, do we have to deny everything? I'll stop.
I'll answer. I'll answer. No, what I'm denying the fact that no one has facts about human origins. This show isn't about people that's denying everything. It's just us having a debate about human origins. You said I can't use scientific words and then deny science. Well, that's like saying I can't use religious words but not be a Christian. That's crazy. Now the thing
No, that's
about
not. That's
hold
not.
on,
No,
my turn. Red.
I know, but that's not what I'm saying. You can't.
I let you talk though. I let you talk without interrupting you. Come on, you gotta have decorum. All right. So check this out, right? I'm not denying science. If anything, science is denying itself because this is from the what? Scientific American. And they saying it's the out of Africa theory out based upon new evidence. Y'all say science change all the time. It don't have all the answers. And what we think we know today, we may change it tomorrow. So science thought that humans originated from Africa. Now science is saying they found bones in other places that's older than the ones in Africa. And this is from Harvard University. And you want to ask me, am I denying everything? That shouldn't even be the question. I'm presenting to you sources from Harvard that you didn't want to deal with. You said that I may not believe in evolution. I may not believe in a common ancestor. But it ain't a matter of my belief. It's a matter of fact. Everybody keep talking about what I believe in and don't believe in when I'm showing sources from Harvard, because everything y'all believe in as Pan-Africans are based upon these same scientists. My question is, what happens when these scientists change their minds after you done built the whole community off of it? Do you change your mind? No, you just ask me, am I gonna deny everything, when that's not what I'm doing. But the thing is this right here. When you say, in order for me to challenge science or something like that, that I can't challenge science if I'm not into science or something like that, I'm totally into the scientific methodology. And the first parts of that is observation. We know that we should question everything, man. That's just a common sense. And everything means everything. I'll even question science itself. So if you can't question science, you can't get mad at a Christian that don't question God. You just made a God for yourself you can't question. I think that the scientists are the people we need to be asking the most questions to, since they got all the damn answers. So when you don't want me to question this thing, you got something to hide, like the God in the Bible. I was bringing up scientific racism. Our people get so scientific, we forget that the people that's at the realms of scientific innovation is using it to control us more and more. And we become advocates for it. I like technology, I like science, but I'm also balanced and I'm not a fool. Some of us get so into something that we become children-minded and blind to the long-term effects and all this stuff. When I'm done, give me the respect I gave you, if that's possible.
I know I have to leave soon because I'm going on another show.
I do too.
Okay, I won't be able to answer my question.
Guess what I'll do? I'll only use 30 more seconds, and I'll rush this for you. So you said we can't live in a world where we deny everything. I agree with that, but we definitely should live in a world where we question everything. You brought up streaming and the internet as being the highest technology. I'm going to tell you to go research the CERN Hadron Collider, sir. Go ahead and ask your question.
Great. Let me just check to see if you're reading this article correctly. It says
you say you got a question for me because we both got to go.
Right. It says,
I didn't even read the article yet.
That's what we waiting on, brother.
That's what I'm going to do, not him. Whenever he get ready to let me get my mic.
Right, but I was speaking. I just want to make sure that you're reading this article right. It says the oldest human fossil found outside of Africa throws popular theory into doubt. Does this mean by its reading, right, that this is the oldest human fossil, or is it just the oldest human fossil found outside of Africa? What does this mean?
Okay, so check this out. Not only I got you. I got you. Check this out. This saying that they basically, let me summarize these for you, and then we can read them too. This is saying that upon further investigation, because I don't know if y'all know this, after they found the Lucy bones in Africa, which you know, that kind of was the foundation of all of the out of Africa theory and stuff like that, they didn't find no bones nowhere in the world older than those. So for years, we've been pointing to Mother Africa for life based on that. Now they are going around the world and other places because they didn't stop searching after Lucy. They still searching for older bones. And now they saying they found older bones, that these bones are older than the bones that they found in Africa, and they exist outside of Africa. So this throws the out of Africa theory into doubt now. It's just that simple.
I never got to ask a question, so can I ask you a question before you go, Brother Sanchez?
You know what? I thought I still got a little time.
Okay, I just didn't know if y'all were like right about.
I'm gonna leave. Thank you, Saneter. Thank you, Brother Sanchez. Thank you, audience. I have a show
Get better, Reggie. Get better, man. I know you got a show to do. Peace.
Yeah,
thank you for coming through.
Peace, brother Reggie.
Born Free and Chief Mike. If you want to come on the panel, you got to turn on the camera. I need to make sure you're not a freak of nature.
You know,
okay?
Brother
you know what's we're gonna read.
I'll drop off so you can get on.
All right,
I'll drop off.
All right, let's get I was getting ready. Let's bring in Born Free. Born Free, let's go, brother. Can't hear you, Born Free.
He finna argue with Harvard.
Mike. Oh, I did not mute my mic. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you, brother.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How you?
Hey, man, I'm good. Hey, shout out to everybody on the panel, man. What's up, Sanchez?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Yeah, so I wanted to go back to the point that was being made about the common ancestor. Because I realize that we don't talk straight when we're talking to our people sometimes when it comes to science. The common ancestor. What is that? Can we tell the people, the audience that's listening, what is the common ancestor?
Yeah, it's an ancestor that we all have in common. It's very simple.
Yeah, but what is it? Does it have a name? Does it have a description? What is this when it comes to evolution?
Australopithecus afarensis.
What is that? Is that a human or is that an ape or what is that?
I'm gonna show it to you right now. Here it is, right here.
Yeah, let's just get this clear to the people because I'm confused.
It's called Australopithecus afarensis.
So that would be considered an ape. That's not a human.
But this would be considered like a Sasquatch, half human, half ape. And basically humans and all monkey type animals and apes would share this for their common ancestor, like Dulcina said. So this one just be our common ancestor to be gorillas common ancestor according to I'm thinking.
Okay. So Saneter, are you agreeing that you come from this?
No, no, I don't agree that, brother.
Dulcinea, are you agreeing that you come from this?
Absolutely not.
Anybody else on the panel? Anybody on the panel that agree that they come from this? Can you tell me? Can you put your hand up or say something?
I don't think nobody gonna accept this, my brother. That's a good question.
Okay, so we're settling the common ancestor argument right now because this is what they're using. When you said, what does human evolve from? They said the common ancestor, but they're not telling you what it is straight up. Ankh is hiding behind this. You see what I'm saying? Because when you say, oh, Ankh say we come from monkeys, everybody say, no, Ankh don't say that, but this is what he's saying that we come from. You understand what I'm saying, son?
And you know, and it's a good little trick that Ankh is doing because he's right, because it's not a human, it's not a monkey, so it's like, you know, it's a little way they can dance, you know. But
so I hope now that the audience could hear clearly what the science is saying that you evolved from this. So if you agree with that, then go with it. That's all I gotta say.
And Born Free, watch this.
Don't go nowhere because I'm trying to get Unc on here. Let him answer your question.
And Born Free, this is why this is why they promote the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch joint so much, so they can try to say, you know, I'm here.
Yeah, dealing with the albinism. Let's talk about albinos. Like we always hear people talking about, you know, white folks, they come from black people because black people can create the white gene.
Yeah, hold up. Yo, Unc, I want you to know that you're alive. First of all, you're alive. I think you
Okay.
might need to hit the panel for a couple of minutes. Are you still live?
No, no, not at
Yeah,
all.
you might need to hit the panel because you got people up in here quoting you, and I want to make sure they quoting you right, brother.
They quote me about.
Yeah, come on in here. They saying you said we come from this ape, bro. Come on in
No,
here.
I said humans
Nah,
are
just
apes.
come on in here, brother. Come on.
Send me the
Come
link,
on.
yo. What is
You
that?
don't need that. You don't need me to send you the link. You got the link.
Come on in this. Come on, get cozy. Pour you up a cup of coffee.
Hey,
We
and another
we
thing, sir. One thing I keep it simple. I keep it simple. I've never seen a human exist without a mother and a father. Like I've been on this planet. I've never seen a person that exists without a mother and a father. So I just want to know when did we start creating humans without other humans? Was that happening in the past?
Hey, you know
Because
what?
I'm
Hey,
confused.
bro,
Like I
that's
said,
deep.
man,
Hey,
like,
bro, you just asked something real deep. Cause what you just saying is like if we evolved from Australopithecus afarensis, at some point you would have had humans having sex with like ape-like creatures, and you know what I
yeah,
mean?
how did that work?
That
So
is
how
interesting.
did it evolve? Okay, hold
Well,
on.
what they say
So
is
we
that
evolved.
different types of hominins did have sex with each other. So basically, even though, it's, I don't know as far as if chimpanzees and orangutans can hook up at this point, but they're saying that different hominin species were hooking up with each other. We know for a fact the Denisovan, the Neanderthal, and the Homo sapien were admixing together according to their theories. So it was
Yeah.
not like it was still a human, but not the Homo sapien or modern
Now,
human that they say that we are.
the crazy thing about that, if we tried to mate with one today, they gonna say it's bestiality, but they saying we was doing it back then. Then it's crazy. They said we come from these creatures, but then we lock them in cages and zoos and stuff. It's just crazy, It's a
Okay,
whole bunch of craziness, man.
But
so
they're
the
not
question is,
really
does the
allowing nobody to
does
lose
the
that.
ape, does the great ape
Hold on,
still
man.
exist?
Y'all keep on
Sorry.
saying. Y'all keep
Yeah,
on.
we don't come from these things, man.
You keep saying that they said they come from this. Nobody ever said
Nobody's saying that.
Yes. Science, if
They're
evolution
saying
says,
this is
bro,
our common
No,
ancestor.
they're not saying that,
They're
They
bro.
do
saying as
say
far as
that, bro. Let me
no,
ask
they're
y'all a question,
saying that
Saneter.
this is our common
Hold
ancestor.
on, I got a question.
So what-
I got a question to y'all real quick. A quick one.
Go ahead.
Would humans be here if this creature here didn't exist?
No, not according to their science.
Then we come
Of
from
course.
it. Then according to them, we
Of
come
course
from
they
it.
we,
Then
yes.
so that ends it right there. If this thing didn't exist, according to science, you wouldn't exist. So there you go.
So that's what I'm saying. Suntan, are you saying that evolution doesn't say that we come from this? What is it saying?
It's saying
Evolution do
it's
say that
saying
we
that
come
is a
from that.
common ancestor.
It
It's
say that
saying
Okay,
we're
what
coming
is the
from it,
common
man.
ancestor?
It's,
What
it's
is the
like
common
see, I'm not a scientist, but I know the theory. It's like a gene that's been split, and it
Yeah, but what
mutates
is the
different
gene?
ways.
Now
Stay
wait
with
a
me.
minute.
Stay
Wait
with
a
me.
minute.
Simple
Wait a minute.
question. I'm
Wait.
asking
Can
a
I say something
I'm not
to
gonna.
help
I'm gonna
understand?
retract
Because
that. I'm not a scientist.
Everybody, relax. One at a time. Go ahead, Dulcinea.
well, when they say common ancestor, I think why people don't like it is like you come from your mother. Your aunt is your common ancestor. So it's not necessarily that you came from your aunt, but that is a common ancestor in your line. So I think that's why they get hung up on saying it's not we come from, like we came out of this, but this is our common ancestor, and we would have came from another hominin down the line from this. But I get it from both sides. What I wanted to ask though, so we can make it clear, because I think there's a lot of conflating what's a scientific theory and a scientific fact, Sanchez. So that's what I wanted you to get into, is like, what is the difference between a scientific theory and a scientific fact? And how does the scientific method play into those two things?
Let's look them up.
Great question.
Let's look them up so that we're not giving our own interpretation. And we can read it here verbatim. So we'll go with scientific fact first. A scientific fact is an undeniably true statement accepted by the science community. It can be proven to be correct through observations and testing. This process is known as the scientific method. So that's when we, of course, just to keep it simple, when we dealing with factual science, we dealing with methodology, which is what I deal with. So when I question, people say, well, how you going to question science? No, I'm following the scientific method, which requires me to back check all of the scientists' work. It was never supposed to be the scientists tell you something and you accept it. It's supposed to be the scientists tell us something, we use the scientific method to verify if it's correct. That's how it really supposed to be in. But let's look up scientific theory.
Hey, Born Free, when Sanchez finished, we got Unc on the stage. You can ask him a question.
Yeah, but Saneter, I've been waiting to actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. You're right.
Thank you.
Hotep, Nepal.
Salutes to Nepal Shadar. Salutes to you.
Peace to you.
And it says a scientific theory is an explanation of an aspect of the natural world and universe that can be repeatedly tested and corroborated in accordance with the scientific method using accepted protocols of observation, measurement, and evaluation of results. Where possible, theories are tested under controlled conditions in an experiment. In circumstances not amenable to experimental testing, theories are evaluated through principles of abductive reasoning. Established scientific theories have withstood rigorous scrutiny and embody scientific knowledge.
I'm not trying to be funny, but we can't be using Wikipedia as the source.
Hey, listen, I ain't doing nothing but what I see other folks do on this show, man.
Everybody
But check this out. Check this out. Hold on. Wait, it's too much confusion. Let me ask the sister something. Do you agree with the definition of this scientific theory here?
Yes, it correlates.
Okay, then Wikipedia was right on that one. I'm just giving you, I'm using the computer as a dictionary at this point. So whichever one gives me the first definition, I'm gonna go to it. That's all it is. And it gave me the right one. So hey, kudos. Now we can go forward.
All right, Nepal, you got the floor.
Right. Thank you. Peace to everybody. So just quickly, before I go into what I was gonna say, before you pull this up, I want to clear this up. So are you saying that scientific theory is not a compilation or actually a gathering of scientific facts? Because from my understanding, scientific theory has to include all scientific fact.
So thing. Okay, go ahead. No, you got it. I'm saying
go ahead and answer that, and then I want to talk about.
I'm gonna make an example of scientific theory versus scientific fact. So scientific fact is that diamonds form under pressurized conditions, and scientific theory would say, well, there's a planet out there in space that is made out of pure diamond floating in the. Now, they would say, well, this is based upon data and facts and all that, right? That it should exist. This is like probability. Based on the facts, there should be something, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, basing a theory from facts is like saying, okay, we know this, so based upon what we know, this is what we speculate. Now, your speculation, you can tell a person who criticizes it, hey, man, my speculation is rooted in facts, and you'll be right. If I say that it's a fact that humans come from childbirth, I can make a theory and say, well, before we was humans and we came through the woman, we were souls or something, cupids and all this stuff. Right now, they can say, well, that's right. They'll say, now that's a theory, but I can say, but look, my theory is based on a fact, man. You got, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't always here. Where were you before you were here? That's true, but that's still a theory based on a fact. You see what I'm saying? It's the theory. And I'm able to speculate and theorize based on facts. In fact, I encourage that kind of speculation just going out of nowhere. Right. This is my interpretation of it.
Are you serious?
Okay, so thank you. Let me get to what I was going to say. So just to clear it up for everybody, scientific theory is only based on scientific fact. From what the brother's saying, it is theory that someone has, you know, put out there and said, my hypothesis is, before it becomes a theory, is, oh, human beings come from women. That would be like the hypothesis. And then somebody goes and they start studying the female body, and they get all the facts about the female body. Oh, there's eggs in here. Oh, there's a fetus in this woman's body at this time. So those are all facts. So I prove my hypothesis with scientific fact, and it becomes a scientific theory.
It becomes a scientific fact.
It becomes a scientific theory. First, it's a hypothesis. Then I have to take scientific facts to prove my hypothesis to become a theory. So at the end of the day, scientific theory only includes facts. So I wanted to go back to that creature that you're showing, that hominid. I do, from me, scientifically, and someone who also, you know, I read the Bible, I believe in the metaphysical, everything like that. We did come from that. That is a common ancestor of ours. And science proves, hold on, I'm very intelligent when it comes to this. I don't care how that thing looks. We're talking about millions of years. Hold on, please don't interrupt me.
Don't do it, Napar.
Please stop talking over me. See, science shows facts, scientific facts that you cannot dispute in natural environment, that human beings are evolving even today. I'll just quickly read some of this article. Just, you could do your own research. Google it. So, are humans evolving right now? The answer to the question, are humans evolving, is yes. Humans are not descended from apes, but from a common ancestor. And both groups are still evolving. Humans have evolved skills and capabilities that distinguish them from other hominins, but they are not the end of the evolutionary line. Human evolution and natural selection are still affecting people all over the world, and modern humans are changing in response to their environment. So 1,000,000 years from now, someone will take a picture of, I don't know, let's say Michael Jordan, and they'll say, look at what they looked back then, looked like. And people be like, ew, I didn't know we had this and that. We didn't. So showing a picture of a hominid that we have as a common ancestor, who millions of years ago looked creepy and grotesque, doesn't mean, because of the scientific facts, doesn't mean that we didn't come from that common ancestor. So what you're going to have to do is show us millions of years ago a human being that looked like Michael Jordan, or even what's the bounty hunter's name? That one guy, the white guy with all the hair. You're going to have to show us something like that. Dog the bounty hunter, or whatever. What you cannot do is that no, I'm not done. I'm making a point.
No problem. Take your time.
What you cannot do is show that right now, from scientific fact, you can just give us your opinion, but the scientific fact shows otherwise. So the theory of evolution has the scientific facts to prove that you're wrong.
Okay, now we got to go back though.
Okay, so yeah, it's my turn, brother. I got you. Here's the thing, guys. When you talk about the theory of evolution having facts, and that science have all the facts to prove Lucy, and that we come from this thing, I'm gonna hold you on that, right? And this is where it's gonna hurt y'all. When science, like y'all say, is always changing. When they say, well, we were wrong about that, we discovered something new. That's what they've been saying about these Lucy findings. So it ain't really a matter of me saying I don't agree with these bones, which I don't. I don't even think human bones can survive over 200 years. I took criminal justice. We study decomp in that class in that field. So my thing is this right here. When you can accept these bones, but they don't call them bones, they call them fossils. If you find bones, you got to call the police. You discovered a threat. That murder just took place within 100 to 200 years, depending on the state of the bones. Any other than that, no one find bones. They find fossils, and they say that this is rock that's shaped like bone. And when you ask them how, they explain through the process of fossilization, which even a lot of scientists laugh at. All of this stuff like carbon dating, this stuff is not really what y'all think it is. It's deception. And there are scientists saying this, but we only want to look for the information we want to look for, which is why I said nobody brought up that Harvard article. Ain't nobody bringing up stuff about the out of Africa theory being on the ropes today. Science is always evolving. There are new scientists today making new discoveries and coming up with new theories and new things. And one thing that's dying is the out of Africa theory. This is from 2007. Where science was saying the out of Africa theory is out. The same scientists y'all swear by, and you say I'm so deep because I'm using science. I came today with sources, so it ain't like nobody really debating me. It's science debating science. If y'all say y'all dealing with science, deal with this article. Deal with what Harvard said. They said they found other bones outside of Africa that's older than the ones that we talking about right now with Lucy. So now guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna end up questioning these people's findings when we should have questioned the first ones they gave us. You question everything and don't be selective, right? But we built the whole little community based on this out of Africa theory, and we got our pride and emotions tied up to it. And in order to see the truth, you got to get out of all that. This is a spiritual system that you call an out of Africa theory. It's not a fact of the world. The people that live in Africa, they don't even believe in the out of Africa theory. But I do hear some white noise in the background, man. Salutes to everybody. It's a good bill. But no one's really debating me today. They're debating these sources I brought.
Hey, Sanchez, why they always tell us to go back? Why they always tell us to go back and find somebody that look like Michael?
Stop, brother. Nobody just jump out the window. I got Born Free. He been waiting to ask God Killer a question. There go God Killer. We got him here. Go ahead, Born.
Hey, how you doing, brother Ike? How you doing, man?
Why don't Sanchez read that damn source? Because I read it. It don't say nothing about what y'all think it's going to say. But go ahead. What's your question, though?
Yeah, was he watching before?
No.
When I just came on? Okay. So he pulled up a Ahmadid looking thing on the screen, and he's saying that that's the common ancestor that evolution teaches that we all come from. Is that true, my brother?
I don't know what that man pulled up, but this is what I will tell you.
This right here? This is it right here?
What up, Sanchez?
No, what is that? What's the name of it?
No, the monkey. You showed the ape walking.
This is
This is some kind of great ape or something like that.
This is Australopithecus afarensis.
No, show the other one. No, you were showing him standing up, walking.
Yeah, I got you. Here you go right here.
That wasn't a
Yeah, is that the common ancestor? Because the common ancestor question, because to be clear, every time we ask about evolution and he said, oh, it's a monkey theory.
You're going to ask me a question and then you're going to just talk over. So why ask the question?
No, just to be clear, just to clarify my question so you understand where I'm coming from.
I understand you. It don't matter where you're coming from.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's showing right there. And no one says that humans and chimpanzees split from an Australopithecus. So he made that up. What I will tell you is
that's crazy. I can show you the sources.
What I will tell you is, if it did, it's based off of the natural environment. So for instance, if you live in Georgia or say Maryland, they're not going to have the same type of trees that are in Florida. Why not? Because the environment is different. Right? The amount of radiation is different. You know what I'm saying? The topography is different.
So you can't have...
So, I mean, I'm in the middle of talking, though. I didn't cut you off. I'm saying that human beings are living organisms, and they're fit to their environment based off of natural selection. So what I'm telling you is nature doesn't just make something turn into anything, right? We're talking about whatever it was went in two different directions. And by the time it met up 7 million years later, one was going to the moon and one was still in the forests. It's just that simple. But we're talking about 7 million years. So
But
what
you
I'm
say
saying,
whatever that was, so that means you don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
You don't know what it is.
Yo, you
Do
gotta
you know what it is?
brother. You gotta let him finish,
yeah,
man.
so it's hard for me to talk to ignorant ass niggas though, because you ignorant right now, bro. I'm not cutting you off. I'm trying to have an intelligent, high-level conversation so that you won't be around some people that's highly intelligent and make the same mistakes you're making now. You're making the same mistake I made and the same mistake that Sanchez continues to make. I'm telling you, it don't matter if they found it or not. It wouldn't matter. That's not the point. The mistake is that they found everything. So that's like saying humans came to this earth knowing everything. That doesn't make any sense. More things will pop up. More things will reveal. As you learn more, the frontier moves. And as you get to the frontier and learn about that, then the frontier moves again. Human beings took 350,000 years to leave out of Africa. They were stuck in their goddamn bathroom for 350,000 years, bro. Most people don't even understand geological time. Y'all running around 7 million years, 350,000 years like it's tomorrow or yesterday. That's crazy to me. Fossils are fossilized, and no, they don't got all the fossils. Why would they have all the fossils? That doesn't even make any sense. Different things get swept away in the ocean, things disintegrate, all kinds of stuff. But sometimes things fossilize. So the point I want to make here, and I'm going to make it clear, is everything on this planet look like its mother and its father. How about that? The issue is that you might find a fossil for 7 million years, a fossil for 350,000 years, a fossil for 250,000 years, so you can't put it together in your brain. But if everything left a fossil, you would see that everything looked like its mother and father. So if you take a quote unquote a rabbit or a hare, one has longer ears. So the one with the longer ears, right, or the one with the shorter ear, the rabbit, does not directly come from a hare. But over time, if you had all the fossils, you would see that each generation will have a little longer ear. The next generation will have a little longer ear. And the next generation after that. So you would get to the point where you would see that this particular hare has actual longer ears. Now, if you took everything in between that two and held up the shorter ears and looked at the long, you'd be like, that don't come from that. Yeah, because what about all the in between? So this is how we can prove this and verify this. When we dig into the strata, which is digging into the ground, the deeper you go, the older it is, because things are built on top of things. Okay? And so the deeper you go down, we no longer find humans in the fossil record. We find humans in the graveyards at 2023, and we know what they look like. If you were to take a person out the casket, we know what they look like. You go down 100 years and dig into the graveyard. You're like, okay,
Still not
this
answer my
was in
question.
the 1800s. They look the same, right? So over time, we will find that at a certain point, we don't have any more humans. Your question was, what do it look like at 7 million years? And I'm saying is, they might not have that. So that doesn't change the fact that everything around us is evolved. It doesn't change. So the fact that they don't have it doesn't mean anything to the conversation. It just doesn't.
Okay. So you are you done?
Yes, I'm quiet.
Okay. So you say all that to say you don't know.
No, I say all that to say, why don't you give us something better?
No, because my question is still didn't answer. I asked a simple question and you took 20 minutes, bro. Like
I gave it to you. What I said was, they do have bones. They do have bones. They do have bones of what they think may have been the common ancestor for chimpanzees and humans.
What they think may have been. So you're saying that science don't know what it is.
But that's fine. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you believe in God?
I believe in a higher power. You people call it all kind of different names. I don't call it God.
Fine. So do you have a fossil of your God?
I don't believe in a God. I just answered you. I don't believe in a God. I believe in a energy that's intelligent.
Okay, do you have the
Intelligent energy.
intelligent
Yeah.
energy? Where is the fossil of the intelligent energy at?
Intelligent energy is not a being, bro. It's not a living being. Listen to me.
So now
Look, you're not answering my question though. I still want my question answered. What is the common ancestor that they're saying that we can make this thing and we have in common? What is it?
I have more answers than you got. Because at least I got five where I can go to the damn museum. What museum can we go to find the energy? Where?
Bro. Energy, you're using energy to speak right now.
This
How you
debate
speaking?
this ain't even a pan. This ain't even a human origin debate.
No, I'm gonna ask you, what's making your heart beat? What makes your heart beat? What makes you breathe? How are you breathing?
The fact that I'm
How's
breathing,
your heart beating?
in my lungs. I have to go through the blood. Okay, it circulates in my body. That's doing that.
We're debating
It's
if
energy.
the creator is real
It's
right
an
now.
No,
No,
what I'm
we're not.
saying, Sanchez, the point that I mean, look, he's conflating. He's conflating this whole thing and making it into an argument, bro. I asked a simple question. You turn it into an argument. I don't want to argue with you.
No, I didn't argue with you. You asked for evidence, right? I can take you to any museum of work and show you ancient fossils of hominids. You can't take me nowhere to find the energy. So
but you see, look, but this is the thing. This is the thing. You're the scientist. You're the one who's scientific literate, right? You're the one who's pushing evolution and everything. So when I ask a simple question like that, I don't expect you to telling me book dancing like you don't know what to say, bro. Really? And the next question, I'm going to move on from this question. I see you can't answer this question. I'll move on to another question. I want to ask you something again. I didn't get the answer. I didn't get no answer.
So you said...
So you basically say you don't know. You basically say science don't know.
What I said was, I don't have my computer right in front of me, but I think they did find a fossil that they would consider the intermediary between chimpanzees and humans, is what I say.
Let's go back to that. We're going to do some more research with you and we come back to that later when you have some more information. I want to ask you one more question. One more, and then I'm done.
No, you good.
We study Africa. We study ancient Africa, right? Because Saneter is a house of consciousness.
Can I ask
which you're a part of.
A quick question, my brother, to Unc, if you don't mind.
Hold on, Sanchez.
Go ahead.
Let him finish, Sanchez.
Yeah. Mine is going to be quick.
Okay, my bad.
You study ancient Africa. I know that there's a lot of people on the house of consciousness that come on, because I've been watching Saneter for a while, that teach a lot about ancient Africa. I know you are too. You have some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, which one of our ancient ancestors or ancient tribes in Africa teach evolution? Teach that we evolved from these things that you're talking about?
Well, if you go to the Hausa tribe, look up the Hausa tribe, right? They talk about these different epics. They talk about epics when they have hair. They talk about epics when they lost their hair. Yes, look them up. Now, do they got evolution? No, they don't. But they do say that they come from some ancient, quote unquote, kind of beasts. That's in Africa. The Hausa. So now what?
The Hausa. Okay,
yeah,
no, I'm just learning.
I got it.
I'm just learning, bro. I'm asking genuine questions just to learn. It's not no gotcha questions. Literally, I'm asking to learn. So now I'm going to look up that information. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up because I've never heard before any one of our ancestors teaching about.
You can look, but listen, hold on. I want to make this a quick for you though. Suppose none of our ancestors taught that. What that got to do with it? Last time I checked, they wasn't digging in graves. They wasn't doing that.
Because what happened is a lot of the stuff that we are attaching on to today is being taught to us by colonizers who want to colonize our minds.
Yo, speaking.
They don't just want to colonize our land, colonize our mind.
I like that point. I hear you.
Yeah, that's it. You know, so I want to see if there was a foundational teaching before these people came in with this kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying?
All
that's
right.
all.
Quick question.
That's a bad argument, though.
All right, everybody, hold on. Let me bring in some people that ain't speak yet. Shakira, Sakina.
I thought Sanchez was gonna say something, though.
All right, thank you. Peace. Thank you for having me, Saneter.
Right.
My first question is to Brother Sanchez. Thank you for having me. My question is I heard you talking about Lucy. So my question is, have you ever heard of Mrs. Plies or Littlefoot?
Littlefoot. I was joking about Littlefoot because I was saying if they always say Bigfoot, where his babies at, it gotta be reproducing. It gotta be other creatures beside this one sighting. So are you mean to tell me that my joke really became a reality?
All right.
Littlefoot.
Now, well,
Damn.
with that being said, I'm glad to pause here because
This
my
is
sister
fucking crazy. The Littlefoot.
So, peace, Nepal. So I'm asking, could you pull up a source for me? And it would be I just need you to pull up Serkenfontein Caves. It's spelled STERKFONTEIN Caves, and it will come up under Britannica, under
I got
the Britannica Museum. So you'll find it under Britannica. It's called the Serkenfontein Caves.
I got you.
All right.
I'm screen sharing now, but don't forget I got a question for you.
All right. So if you could read that for me, Nepal, I want you to break this down for me and tell me if you get what I got.
Okay, Sturken. Oh, okay. All right, because he's okay. The Sterkfontein site of paleoanthropological excavations just south of Johannesburg, South Africa, known for its artifacts as well as its fossils of ancient hominins, members of the human lineage, located in the High Veld. The site was mined throughout the 20th century for its lime deposits. In 1936, Robert Broom of the Transvaal Museum in Territoria began collecting fossils from the miners. This led to the first discovery of an adult Australopithecus africanus, and early hominins originally described in 1925 from Tong, another South African site. At first, Broom ascribed his fossil to Australopithecus transvalensis, thank you, a here thereto unknown species. In 1947, he uncovered an adult skull so unique and well preserved that he proposed an entirely new genus, and that is Plesioanthropus transvalensis. Plesioanthropus transvalensis. However, Mrs. Place, and that's what the sister mentioned, I think, as the 1947 fossil came to be known, is now classified with Broom's other finds as Australopithecus africanus. Crews continued to work at Sterkfontein and the site has been one of the richest sources of information about human evolution, yielding more than 500 fossils. You want me to finish it up?
You can go ahead.
Okay. The site contains 6 very distinct geological members. From member 2 comes a beautifully preserved skeleton dating to approximately 3.3 million years ago. In member 4, circa 2.7 million years ago, are the rich remains of Australopithecus africanus with its small, almost ape-sized brain, human-like teeth, and intermediate skull. The body of Australopithecus africanus is fundamentally human in that it is adapted from walking upright, but it retains long forelimbs and short hind limbs, reminiscent of an ape. In member 5, 1.5 to 2 million years ago, occur specimens attributed to Homo habilis, as well as possible remains of the robust Australopith. Okay, so then it says,
Okay, so we
I'm
can.
almost finished with this
Okay.
one. I'm sorry. Paranthropus robustus. Stone tools are conspicuously absent from levels of Sturkfontein associated with Australopithecus and Africanus member 2 and 4, but during the time of member 5, tools are abundant. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, that was a lot, but that's cool. I'm ready to grab the mic now. I got a question for Unc, and I want to say something to everything that was just read before I go to Unc. But can y'all mute up first because we getting some white noise from somebody? That's Unc on the road. Hold up a second, Unc. Let me address the article and everything. If people choose to use fossilization as their approach to understanding human origins, then that's their approach, right? It's not a accurate approach if you ask me. And here's why. If we say, well, based on this finding today, here's where life originated from, are people willing enough to push their ego aside if those same scientists come back like they did right now and say, well, look, we finding other bones too that's debunking everything she just read. So now when they come back and say, look, we finding bones in other places in the world over here in Asia that's older than Australopithecus afarensis now. So now y'all got to go and debate science like I was saying. That's why I don't really rely on their findings. Because why? Let me ask a question to Nepal and to everybody that rely on fossils. Can you tell me the system that they use to date fossils? What is it called?
Carbon dating?
Now, guess what? I'm finna show you something about carbon dating.
Nah, argon 40.
Hold on,
Yo,
hold on.
argon 40. When you talking about making
I was asking Nepal. That's cool. It's carbon.
Okay,
It's carbon dating. Because one thing we gotta realize, and this is what the physics know, this is what all scientists know, but this is what people don't really want to admit to, or they just blind, don't want to do all the research. Carbon dating only works half the time, meaning you got a 50-50 shot at it. And they saying many exciting finds have been inaccurately dated or not dated at all. This is from the physics.org site. So check this out.
Wait a minute. I don't mean to interrupt you, but also, are you going to include the DNA dating as well, right?
Well, with DNA dating, it goes back to what I said earlier. You can't trace DNA back to the beginning of time. You can only trace DNA back to when people was building a database of blood. And basically, so hold on. I'm talking real quick. Y'all doing a lot. So here's how DNA dating works. We got a database of everyone that ever submitted. These DNA companies boast that you should get your test done with us because our database is bigger than the rest. That means you got a better chance because they got more comparisons of samples to match your blood against. They're not telling you that over 70% of all this blood they getting is coming from Africa. If the databases is getting most of their blood from one place in the world, most of the people may end up matching from that one place. If the database ain't got, you got to have a big database that reaches all to every continent, is very diverse for you to really definitively tell people where they from. Otherwise, you can only tell them where they from based upon your limited database, and these websites will admit that. They got disclaimers on that. But people don't like to read that part, just like they don't like to tell you radiocarbon dating is only 50-50. In other words, people who turn science into a religion, they don't want you to know that science is limited, y'all, with certain things. They want you to think it's like the God of the Bible, how the Christians give you the God of the Bible. It don't make mistakes. It's never wrong. Then they tell you it can change, right? So they amend that. It can change. Then when you show them the changes, they don't want to deal with them. I want to hear the Pan-Africans tell me about this Harvard University. If they find old human fossils outside of Africa that's older than the ones in Africa, it's going to throw the popular theory into doubt. The popular theory has now been into doubt. This from 2018. This how long scientists been doubting it now, but we still holding on to it. This from Harvard.
All right, hold on, Sanchez. We got 20 minutes left. I want to go around and let everybody get a spill in real quick. We got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes. Y'all gotta come out the dark and you gotta put on the shirt, brother, if you want to come in. Come out the dark, turn on the lights so we can see you. You see us, we want to see you. So y'all got 2 minutes. I'm gonna go around and then I'm gonna let Sanchez close this show out. All right.
All right, I guess I'll go first because I want to just start out by saying,
Yeah, I want y'all to turn on your cameras. Turn on your cameras. Let's get it out. Let's finish this thing.
right. I'm gonna end mine with that they said that cradle doesn't begin or doesn't even exist unless the dolomite is present, and dolomite is a form of rocks, and it has to start off with the dolomite, and dolomite is something that also is present before limestone exists, and it's something to do with salt or something in limestone, and it's present in the formation in rocks, and that's something that builds mountains and whatnot in rocks. And Nepal, I'd like to thank you for reading that out. If you can keep researching on that, and that would help out with this part, and as well as Dawson. Sanchez, I thank you. Saneter, I thank you for having me. Yes. And that's the little pieces I know about this much thus far. So I'm closing out with that. Thank you.
Hotep Queen.
All right. John, you look like a little weirdo, bro. So we can't play you, man. You look weird. And I'm gonna have to get you up out of here. You in the damn bed somewhere, looking like a damn weirdo. You able to do something crazy. So let me go to Shatter the Glass. Shatter the Glass, you got it. This nigga in the bed. And he got off his clothes and shit. I'm like, oh nah, nigga, we ain't playing this, man. Nah. Able to flash on the people and then jump out.
Real quick, I need to say something.
Who's that?
Sorry, that's me yelling so my husband can get my son real quick.
Oh,
hold on.
We come back.
Yeah. Give me
right,
1 second.
Back to you. Suntan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go, Suntan.
Brother Sanchez, I just wanted to say, because I know you said you were scared to get on that rocket and circumvent the globe, but if you did that, that would, all your body of work would be solved right there.
Would you go with me, man? Would you go with me?
Yeah.
Okay. we own it.
Wouldn't you agree, Sanchez, that would solve your whole body of work?
Yeah, it would. I want to see the curve myself.
Why I asked you that question, my brother, because I believe you're sincere and you seem to be, pretty sharp on your points and things of that nature. So I wanted to take you on that spaceship and let you see that this bad boy around. And that's about. Oh yeah, one more thing. And I gotta say this, and then I'm gonna bid everybody a good night. Sanchez, you talking about I agreed with that prince, with that Queen Priscilla lady. That wasn't me, man.
Oh yeah, my bad, man.
Yeah, I think she poisoned to the community, but she not here. So hey, it was a good bill, and peace to the people in the chat, and peace to everybody else.
Peace, Suntan.
Peace, Suntan.
Hey, peace and
all
love.
Right, Shatter the Glass. You on now?
Yes, all right, good. My husband got the baby. Listen,
right.
Sanchez, did you really read that article? I don't know if I can pull up because I'm on my phone, so I don't know. But I'm gonna sum it up like this: it's not saying that Africa, that we humans didn't come out of African theory, right? It is not even debating that. What it's saying is that they are questioning the timeline, and that what they found from the Jewish scholar was that those the bones that they found would put it at 55,000 years earlier than what they thought with the theory of coming out of Africa. But it still doesn't predate the oldest bones that they found in Africa. We got to read the whole article. And see, I was on my phone, so I couldn't challenge. And as an educator, I'm not going to challenge what I didn't read. But I had to go back and go read and say, come on now, we're not going to do that, Sanchez. And I like you. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, we're not
Y'all
giving
in denial.
Hold on, let them close out.
Oh my God, I want everyone to go to his article from Harvard and read it. Matter of fact, let me see if you guys could still hear me, because I'm looking at the picture.
We hear you.
It says The closest ancestors of modern day humans, Homo sapiens, and other subspecies of the genus Homo are thought to have originated in Eastern Africa around 2.85 million years ago. Archaeologists interested in the link between the earliest members of the genus Homo and modern humans often study the migration patterns of Homo sapiens and their closest relatives to refine our evolutionary tree. The earliest record, oops, my screen went black. Hold
Can
on,
I
y'all.
ask you a question? Because the
No, let
article.
her close out. Sanchez, you gotta let her close out. It's gonna take too
This,
long.
oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
teacher.
No,
Go on.
the earliest record of modern day humans dates to around 250,000 years ago. But until recently, though the Homo sapiens fossil found outside of Africa was about 120,000 years old. The recent discovery is a partially intact Homo sapien jawbone.
Okay. We got to go
froze
around.
up.
We lost her. All right.
They in denial.
Delsanea, you on the mic. You got the call?
Aw.
All right. Peace to everyone and salute to you, Brother Sanchez. Sorry.
You went off. Sorry
Salute,
about that.
Sister Dulcinea.
Well, I did post something in the back because I just wanted to say, as far as when it comes to this, I think there's a lot of misunderstanding from people trying to push this narrative onto us, and they don't understand the science of it themselves. So I posted in the back the last common ancestor between what they would say between humans, apes, and chimpanzees, and that's 13 million years ago. So the Australopithecus afarensis, like Sanchez was saying, is going to be our direct line. What they're saying, the Homo sapiens sapiens, or our common ancestor between the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, and the Homo sapiens, because Lucy is about 3 million years ago, or a little bit over 3 million, and this is
Delsanea, here's what you posted in case you want to go through it. It's up to you.
yeah, well, I was just saying, as far as this is what they're saying is the last common ancestor that they found that would be the divergence between what is known as the apes and chimpanzees and the humans. So they are indeed saying that an Australopithecus afarensis is down our line at some point. So what happens is a lot of people just push these narratives on us and say, because science says it, it must be true. And we really need to look into these things, because there are hominins all over the world. There were hominins that they said they were all over the world, but they say that they just went extinct, or they came back to Africa, and that's where the Homo sapien lineage comes from. But we don't know that to be a fact. It's not a scientific fact. It is a scientific theory, and it's something that we can look into, and they're looking into still, to find these missing links and to see if this theory is indeed a fact.
All right. Let me go to Shatter the Glass. I don't think you should read anything because it's gonna cut you off.
Yeah, it cut me off. The whole point was basically the same article. I'm not going to debate whether we the hominid or not, right? But what I am going to look at is based on the information you positioned from that Harvard article, which still says we still come from out of Africa. They just now are looking at the time frame of which human migration started. That was the point in that article. And so I don't want anyone to get it twisted, but I do want everyone to go and read the article that Sanchez put up, because it is interesting to now say, okay, that just proves hominids or sapiens, Homo sapiens, whatever you want to call that group, was moving out of Africa earlier than they thought. That was the purpose of that article.
Hey,
And on that, I close out.
Yeah.
Sanchez, I'm loving this, man. We bringing out the scientists and the women. The women is coming out scientifically.
Now listen.
I mean, people, so you gotta read.
Yeah, it's dope, but
and they are scientific, brother.
But
That's
what the sisters don't realize is us men will challenge science. We're challengers. We're warriors. So I know y'all will read that site and take it hook, line, sinker. I'm using these sites to show you that science don't all make the same conclusions. For example, you go through those sites and read them, y'all. a lot of these sites will still say that we come from Africa, but think about it. If you've based your whole argument off some of these findings that they said are now in a doubt, you got to change that. My argument against the out of Africa theory ain't rooted on none of these bogus fossils, man. But if you go to all of these sites, it's more than just the one from Harvard. Share my screen, Saneter. You'll see where it's showing.
Hey, no. You last, Sanchez.
Okay, yeah.
Let me
Okay,
go to Nepal Sada in the building. Let's go.
Well, you know,
Sanchez.
I'm just listening, and I appreciate the information that that shattered the glass. Her argument, what she added to it is this. You know, Sanchez, you say we'll accept it, hook, line, and sinker. But the thing is, saying that no, we don't have the oldest proof that it comes from Africa. You have to show something to counter that. You have to show some evidence that, you know, what you're saying is true. And right now, at this point, as science is always evolving. We're always finding new things, but the information is still showing. What keeps being consistent is that these are hominids. These are our common ancestors that are being found in Africa. There's no other evidence that I've seen presented countering that. And again, I want to say this about people when the guy showed the picture of that that particular species. I don't know what that was. I think you said it was Australopithecus, but I even think there's an older hominin, older than Australopithecus. I think I forgot what it's called. It is, let me see. The oldest one is called Sahelanthropus. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is people show that picture and say, oh, is this us? You know, that's what, millions of years before before Homo sapien, where we evolved from, or what we actually are, I should say. But we're always evolving. So again, you can argue that, oh, see, they're finding this there, they're finding another one here, they're finding another one there, but it's still in Africa, and you're not presenting any information to counter that. You're not presenting any information to counter what science is doing right now as science does evolve. And we're evolving along with science as a species. We're not only evolving, the orangutan is evolving, the dogs are evolving. We're evolving because what Unc said, because of our environment. So I'll leave it at that. And you know.
Yes. Hey, Nepal, I sent you a link. You got to go check that link out. I sent you that link.
Okay, so
in my email?
Yes. Text.
Oh, text, okay.
Okay, so now let me go to yo, John, man. You said you're a good buddy of Sanchez. What's up, man? What you got?
Oh.
Yo. Shout out to my brother Sanchez. I've been in the last show talking about transhumanism and the AI. I don't know if you remember, Miguel.
Yeah, John. When you I do think I remember you on one of my panels most recent, not too long ago. Yeah.
It's actually the one defending the AI, one of the only ones.
Oh yeah, me and him. Oh yeah, let me tell you. Oh, hold on, mute your mic a second. John, mute your mic 1 second.
Yo, John, your mic, John.
Mute your mic.
Your mic is crazy, John.
Saneter, I know who he is, right? I teach about how artificial intelligence is gonna ultimately be a curse for humanity. And this guy here, he teaches that I'm wrong about that, and he defends artificial intelligence. So he's like a potential debate on that AI type topic.
So maybe y'all could come in tomorrow and have a little quick sparring session or something.
You have to holler at him or something.
In this case,
you gotta get the mic right though.
In this case, I'm gonna have to agree with bro, because guys, you have a scientific method, and then you have science, which is full of hypotheses and full of like all this dating system is based on uniformitarianism and not in catastrophism, and we don't know exactly how the deal goes. We used to think that Neanderthals used to be a prehistoric man. And then we discovered that we actually have DNA from Neanderthals and from other hominids, which makes a confusion because supposedly two different species, they cannot reproduce. So of course I would need I just come for the last minute. I don't have enough time right now. I don't want to also like get into all the detail. I just wanted to provide support to Sanchez to say that you don't have to believe everything you read. Within the community of science, there's a lot of different opinions, and then there's a lot of, normally they put a bunch of people together in a room, and if there's more people that thinks about something, that's what's the lead theory kind of like goes believed. So on one side you have scientific methods, things that they are actually provable and reprovable, like 2 + 2 is 4. And then within science, as within religion, you have people who think different, and we've been wrong before. Someone explained me if Neanderthals are different species than humans, then how comes that they reproduce? And not only that they reproduce, but like most of the world have this kind of DNA.
All right, thank you. We closing out. You should have came in a little earlier. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, Brother Unk, you are on the call, Brother Unk. Before that, I want to say, everybody, please subscribe to the new podcast, Cam Up Podcast. Right there, this is my new show where you'll be seeing everybody, all the family over here, one-on-one discussions where you get into who they are. You get to know about them a little more deeply. So subscribe if you have not subscribed to the Cam Up Podcast. Let me let you know who I got coming up. This Friday, we got Shahrazad Ali. If you don't know who Shahrazad Ali is, she's going to be dealing with parenting and stuff like that. That's what she was telling me. She's going to deal with parenting and other stuff. Saturday, we got Eric Muhammad, the Farrakhan Slayer. You already know he going in. Then we got Kevin Wesley. If y'all don't know Kevin Wesley, he's the one that debated Pastor Bennett. And I think he's the only one that beat Pastor Bennett. If y'all remember, type it in, Kevin Wesley versus Pastor Bennett. He beat Pastor Bennett. So I got that lined up so far. So make sure y'all tune in to the Cam Up Podcast. We got a whole schedule for y'all coming up this week right here. Brother Unk, you got brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up later on. It was brutal.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna have Unk sometime. Hopefully, probably Wednesday. Unk, you good for the Cam Up
I'm good whenever, yo.
All right, now whenever Wednesday, 7 o'clock, brother. That's your day.
Nah, I got it. Now I'm studying. I got a meeting. I got to take
Thursday then. Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday might be better. Yep.
Thursday. You gotta let me know, brother. We got Thursday in.
I got it. Okay.
Right.
That'll
Go
work.
ahead.
So yeah,
Lexi Lou, I see you, Lexi Lou. You came in a little too late. We closing out, Lexi Lou. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, Homo sapiens and Homo Neanderthal, they are two different species, but they can mix. They can mate because they within a 2 million year time frame, but they don't actually reproduce valuable offspring. All right, and so whatever it gave rise to, the hybrid it gave rise to, right? They can't keep mating like that. It would not produce a viable offspring, and a viable offspring is something that can make it to the age of reproduction that would continually reproduce. So they were sterile, right? I believe the males end up being sterile, and so the females, right, could actually give birth, right? The females give birth, but the male Neanderthal, I mean, out of that hybrid was actually quote unquote sterile. So that's why at the end of the day they got absorbed into the DNA, but they was not staying together, cohabitating together like everybody think. That wasn't that. Another thing, we routinely misunderstand what a scientific theory is. I mean, 100% of the time, mess it up. Dating methods, right? All the dating methods are approximates. So you got thermoluminescence, okay? You got argon 40. These are different dates, and they take several different dates, testings, and they come with an approximate between all of them. So they don't just use, I think they're talking about carbon. Carbon dating only goes back 40,000 years. So that's not enough for the time periods we talk about. But I don't want to hold y'all. What I will tell you is that
That
science
works.
is
That
goddamn undefeated. Yeah, it's undefeated. And I would just like to ask y'all who go against evolution. What the hell what's the explanation for life on Earth being so diversified? I'll leave with that.
all right.
All right. I want to say I'm gonna bring on Sanchez to close us out, take us home. And we made it to 2,000, y'all. Wow, that's great. Just coming on with the new podcast. We up to 2,112 people. That's good, man. That's good. We gotta make it to another a G. We gotta get another 1,000 up in here. We're gonna build this channel up. Okay, brother Sanchez, take us home, brother. Close
All
this
right.
thing.
I'm going to answer Unc first. He said, how did diversity get here? Because science only deal with physics, there's another unseen part of our reality, right? And I'm showing this as a joke to show them what they relying on, right? You can buy this for $150 on Etsy, man. Y'all believing in stuff that this stuff is this is a game, man. Like this is why I say I don't rely on these skulls, bro. None of these findings. If you understand what these paleontologists are and what Skull and Bones organization was up out of Yale, I'm gonna show you how these folks rewrote history with this skull deception. Man, the truth is stranger than fiction, and our people just like to rely on everything that's told to them because that's easier to just go with what science said. It's easier for a Christian to just go with what the Bible say. Nobody want to form their own reality. Now, but think about this, right? The whole thing where Unc said, how did diversity come without evolution? Now, we say life started as two people in Africa, and that all these other humans evolved their diversity in the world as these two people spread it, life all over, boom, boom, boom. Let's simplify it. Here's the thing. I don't see this process still taking place. I don't see Africans still creating Chinese culture, Brazilian culture, so, all of these different unique cultures that's unique to each other. If I ask y'all why are there 40,000 plant species in the Amazon that you can't find nowhere else on the earth? If all the plants come from Africa and then diversified as they spread, then we'll still see these plants in the Amazon in Africa. We'll still see this process. Then they'll say, you know what? Evolution taking place at such a slow rate, we can't see it. So then why do y'all keep saying we can then? That this is double talk. Y'all say we can still see evolution all around us today. But then you say, well, you can't see it because it's happening so slow over time. It's quite convenient. So my thing is this right here.
Excuse me, Sanchez. Saneter, you ended the stream.
How I do that?
I don't know. You did, though.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you ended it. I just want to let you know, brother, because I wanted you to know you ended it.
No, I did not do that.
Yeah, it's ended.
I see it's ended, but I did not end it.
Well, on my end, I'm glad I'm double streaming. We got people
good.
over
Okay,
here.
go ahead, brother.
But the
Go ahead.
thing,
Yo,
but
man, who the hell did Unc did it? Unc did it.
Hey man, that's kind of fishy, but you know what? It's all good. Good show, man. And I'm gonna get over here. I gotta close out on my
No,
end.
continue your closeout. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
brother,
just wanted you to know. Continue.
No, I got it don't make no difference if the show over. I gotta close out on my side though now because they want me to. But yeah, salutes. I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all be safe.
Yeah, peace, brother.
Yeah, I believe that was on purpose because they knew what I was finna go into. Everybody was able to bang and get their shit in, and then you just close it on your boy with 2,000 people. But that's the kind of shiesty shit that make me not want to really fuck with that side. So check it out, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm just, man, look here, I'm not even going back over there. I'm gonna teach what I'm teaching on my channel and do my banging over there. Because how the hell you ended the stream on my damn turn? So yeah, you know, I ain't got time for them kind of games, man. And I know y'all want me to keep this thing going, but it's stressful. These folks seem like they agents, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to hear the facts. It's articles of their own scientists saying the out of Africa theory is under question and all this stuff. Like I gave them the sources and they still denied them. Why ask this question? Why are all of these articles asking the question, is the out of Africa theory out? Out of Africa on the ropes? Like, what are they talking about? What make y'all think that the theory is still alive and well? This article's talking about the findings found outside of Africa throws the popular theory into doubt. But you know they're gonna pick through this site and still try to, that's like, they've turned this thing to a religion and they can't see no other thing at this point. You feel me? Even Africans don't even believe in the out of Africa theory. People going to Africa that don't look like them folks, finding their ancestors on their land, and they've been there for millions of years and ain't found one monkey skull. Think about that. The Dogon, the Pygmy, all of these tribes are the oldest tribes in Africa. Why ain't they never found the monkey skull? These people can show you the old burial sites of their ancestors going back longer than what we can. They really respect they dead. All of these tribes, the African Bushman tribe, all of these tribes in Africa, they've been on that land for millions of years and they never found a Lucy bone. Some Western racist white scientists go over there and they just finding monkeys, Bigfoot everywhere. Hey man, support the show if y'all like what I'm doing, man. That shit was lame as hell how they ended the show when it was my turn to close out, bro. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, bro, that shit was a mistake. Hell no. That's fucked up right there. Yeah, I ain't going back over there, man. You know, that's a mistake that's just gonna cost you me not going again. But it's all good. Yeah, I got to get up out of here, man. What up, everybody in the chat? Hey, yeah, I would do another stream, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck this shit, man. Get me a little sunlight, chill out. Because I don't mind debating it and all that, but the way that ended with y'all ending the stream on me without me being able to close out, yeah, I ain't gonna, you know, nah, bro. That's kind of fucked up right there. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna do it. Support the show, man. We'll revisit it on the main channel eventually.